Hello and welcome to Bazemore-Hyder Stadium here at Cleveland Field, home of your 2004 National Championship Valdosta State Blazer football team. The Blazers, number 1 in the nation, take on number 9 in the nation, Albany State, today. In the Gulf South Conference, nobody has played a conference game, but 3 teams other than Valdosta State are ranked and won their first games of the season, including Delta State, who beat Pittsburgh State, the former number 2 team in the land, 44-31. Alongside Mark McDonald, I'm Brice Zimmerman. Now, last week, Fort Valley State played Valdosta State at Brad Henderson Stadium, an 11-yard shuffle pass to Vincent Brown, got the Blazers moving down to the Fort Valley State 38-yard line, and then a fake punt on the first 4th down of the season gets Valdosta State to the Wildcat 31. 25 yards through the air, Zach Parker, one-handed grab, the first score of the day for the Blazers. They go up 7-0, but that wasn't the only scoring because Jason McNeil in the first quarter stuffs Brian Knighton. That's 2 points for a safety. Unfortunately, the Wildcats strike back as Junior Talio intercepts the pass and rumbles 27 yards into the end zone right here with an athletic play, and that brought Fort Valley State within 2. Long 42-yard pass, Dedrick West connects with Xavier Hare, and that sets up Jake Grubbs from 26 yards out. This field goal good, and that puts Fort Valley up 10-9 going into half. However, Willie Johnson would set the tone. Great pressure from the Black Swarm defense, and a monstrous hit on Dedrick West on the first position. Barrett Wilkes finds Zach Parker 14 yards out. Blazers starting to get the momentum back. Derek Tharp, an outstanding 21-yard reception, which sets up Michael Green from 44 yards. Will Rohde, who? Interception, Wayman Ford, 31 yards. The defense doing it as well. Into the end zone, that puts the Blazers up 25-10. Tim Thompson right here snuffs out a reverse to Xavier Hare and knocks him down for a 9-yard loss. Not the only scoring in the day. Travis Taylor 12 yards up the middle, and the final score of the game, 35-10, as William Milton rumbles in from 4 yards out. 32-10, the Blazers take this one from Fort Valley State. For the Blazer offense today, they're gonna have to pick it up against Albany State, and starting at X receiver is number 1, Jeffrey Felton. He's a sophomore. Travis Taylor is your H receiver. He'll wear number 28 for the flamed red and black. Senior and captain Will Shelton on the left tackle spot, 67 for the Blazers. C.A. Sanders, a sophomore, number 61. He'll be at left guard. Your center is Paul Streaker, another sophomore, and a third sophomore on the interior portion of the line, Gerald Davis at right guard. Big 6'7", 325. Richard Collier is your right tackle. At wide receiver, Zach Parker, who you saw in those highlights with 2 touchdown catches last week. Barrett Wilkes, number 11, the quarterback. William Milton, the fullback, wears number 25. Vincent Brown, number 14, he's your halfback. Wake Forest transfer, Derek Tharp, number 82, is your Z receiver, and your place kicker, Michael Green.
On the defensive side of the ball, you have the Black Swarm. Representing, you have Jedrick Morrison, number 42. You have number 99, defensive tackle Calvin English. Nose guard, 6'3", 300-pound senior, number 2, Willie Johnson. Defensive end, number 91, Tim Thompson. You have 6', 190 junior, Jason McNeil, who's going to be one of your linebackers. The other 2 linebackers, you have William Montfort, who is number 48. Donnie Daniels, who is number 8. Your cornerbacks is Sean Harris, along with Michael Flood, number 24. Your rover is Antoine Harris, 5'10", 177 senior. And your free safety is going to be Scott Foss, 5'10", 178 senior. And your punter is Travis Tidwell, number 41.
We'll be right back on VSU-TV with the opening half kickoff. Home versus Albany State. Stay with us.
The people have chosen the oak as America's national tree. Go to arborday.org, see which oaks or other great American trees are ripe for planting where you live.
Welcome to Bazemore-Hyder Stadium here at Cleveland Field, and the crowds on both sides are rocking. Albany State travels south from Albany, Georgia, to be here in Valdosta, Georgia. And we mentioned to you the game earlier, the Fort Valley State game, where the Blazers won 32-10. Well, Albany State also 1-0 on the season. They just narrowly nipped Miles College 24-23. Matthew Hawthorne, with 5:33 remaining, kicked the game-winning field goal. Some stats from that game to look out for. Hosea Harris, this is a running quarterback. This is a guy that has run for 79 yards in the first part of the season. And then also, he passed 8 for 14. He had an interception, but 144 yards, so multiple threat offense that we'll get to see first here for Albany State. Back deep to receive, Brandon Green and Chappell. This one is kicked and bounced. It stays in bounds, close to a illegal procedure penalty, and Green picks it up, taken down inside the 20 by special teams unit from Valdosta State. So a good start to field position as the Albany State Golden Rams can't even get out past the 20.
Well, both teams came from behind to post opening season wins last week. Albany State, they had a very, very tough time against Miles College, with Albany State winning 24-23. What Albany State's going to have to do, they're going to have to control the tempo of the game and actually play smash mouth football for them to actually win. This Albany State team, they bring out the best in Albany State. Valdosta State brings out the best in Albany State, and we should be in for a good game today.
Definitely a rivalry game here at Bazemore-Hyder. Hosea Harris in the backfield. He's got 4 spread formation. Good pressure from the Blazers. Hosea takes off, though. He just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, if that, taken down hard by Gio Blaylock, number 37 for the Flamed, red and black. Just underway, it'll be second down and about 10 to go. So no gain on the play, 14-33. Valdosta State, Albany State.
What a good hit by number 37 right there. Number Marcus Weiss.
That was Gio Blaylock on the hit for Valdosta State's defense. He is a very, very speedy outside linebacker and one of the best in coverage. You put on some poundage in the offseason, he looks a lot thicker. Once again, spread formation. Green in motion for the Albany State Golden Rams, and there's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call was. Might have been delay of game. Referees conferring. Dead ball foul, false start on Albany State. So they'll move back 5 yards. Just under 14 minutes, no score. Second down in what will be 14 yards for the Golden Rams. Antonio Atkins in the backfield. He has crushed Valdosta State defense in terms of rushing yards in the past. He was crucial in the 24-22 victory, the first game of the season in 2004, but it's a new start for both teams. Harris to his right, chased by Hutley. He throws one up deep, and he's got a man. This one is incomplete. Flag on the play. Sean Harris looks like he's going to be called for defensive pass interference, but that ball was underthrown by Hosea Harris.
Yes, it was. Number 22, Curtis Sapp. He made an outstanding play on the ball, actually keeping up with the wide receiver, and just for that, he can go ahead and gets a, excuse me, that is Scott Foss. That was an outstanding play, definitely.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a penalty against Valdosta State, it appears. And that will move. Well, let's see. Albany State will have the ball. It doesn't look like it's going to be a first down. Well, maybe it is. They move it up 15 yards to the 29-yard line. First down, Golden Rams. So the Blazers guilty of a pass interference early on, and that's one thing that did hound Valdosta State in the opening game of the season. Fort Valley State in Brad Henderson Stadium hoaxed 10 penalties for 70 yards out of Valdosta State. Many of those coming on the offensive side of the ball. Harris under center. Hands it off to Atkins, who bounces around to the left side. Atkins taking down a gain of about 6 or 7. And a little draw play there from the Albany State Golden Rams.
You're looking at number 24, Antonio Atkins. He's making his way around. He got hit by number 22, Scott Foss, who made the excellent play.
13 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Early in the first quarter of play. No score as of yet. Second down and 4. Harris barking out the play calls. size mismatch to the far side as Sean Harris matches up with 6'4" Joshua Johnson, but run play stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Tim Thompson made an outstanding play. He actually saw the pass coming up, running, got him, knocked him down.
Petway on the carry, giving him maybe a yard, a positive gain on the play. 12 minutes, 24 seconds in the first. Harris, 2 split out to the far side. To his left is Antonio Atkins, sporting the long dreads. Handoff is Atkins around the right side. Blazers stuff him. Number 99, Calvin English, in on the hit, and it appears as if Golden State, or the Golden Rams of Albany State, will have to be punting this one away on 4th down. And here comes the punt team. Valdosta State faithful, pretty happy about this first drive.
Yes, they are. Once again, you see number 91 making his way around, and he actually gets stuffed by the Black Swan.
Matthew Hawthorne on to punt it away for the Rams. Clock ticking away, 11:37. The snap is a little bit high. Hawthorne handles it, and a pretty good punt. Wayman Ford back deep to return it, and he calls a fair catch, and the Blazers will take over at their own 23. So not a bad defensive stand right there for the Blazers. They did have the penalty, which caused them a 1st down, but no 1st down gained by the Albany State Golden Rams.
Right. Valdosta State is doing what they need to do. They're going ahead and actually stuffing the Albany State offense. And if they continue to do that, they should have no problem today in this matchup today.
The lights are on here at Bazemore-Hyder, and the Blazers looking to turn on the lights on the offense. To the far side, Jeffrey Felton behind center in the shotgun formation with spread offense. Barrett Wilkes, last week 244 yards. He keeps this one, but a flag on the play looks like a false start on Valdosta State. And once again, penalties hurting the Blazers early in the game. VSU moving back on the false start. We began to mention Barrett Wilkes last week, pretty solid, 22 of 27. That's a good completion percentage, 244 yards. He also threw for 2 touchdowns, both to Zach Parker, Lowndes County product, now in his 2nd year as a Blazer. 3rd year in the system as he was redshirted coming out of high school. 11:27 here in the first. 2 receivers to the far side. It's Felton and Travis Taylor, a sophomore. To Wilkes' right is Vincent Brown, the star running back of the Blazers, and now split to the bottom of your screen, number 82, the Wake Forest transfer, Derek Tharp. Wilkes over the middle, and Travis Taylor was hit. He was hit hard by Roderick Whipple before the pass got there, and Taylor looked up, threw his hands up, and said, "Where's the pass interference call?"
Well, once again, Valdosta State can't not make costly mistakes, because that could have been a turnover, and that could have been an easy 6 right there. Right there, you see it? That could have been an easy 6 for the Albany State Rams.
Mike Pittman just missed picking that ball off as it bounced right over his left shoulder. Wilkes now 3rd down and long to go at 16. Back in the shotgun, he's got Derek Tharp, who was roughed up way downfield, and no flag called. The Blazers cannot believe it. Derek Tharp had contact at the 45-yard line by the Golden Rams defensive backs, and no call.
Coach Hatcher is livid right about now. What should have been happened, that flag should have been called, but it wasn't for whatever reason. But we're going back, and we're going to try to do this over again.
3rd down now. 15 to go. 3 receivers to the far side. Zach Parker split out on his own to the near side with Marcus Jefferson on him. Wilkes yet to complete a pass here in the first quarter. The 3-4 defense, and he's taken down. Alton Petway, number 99, just rumbles over Richard Collier, and the Albany State Golden Rams defense looks pretty solid here early on, and you see a bump there by Eric Crosby on Vincent Brown. This is going to be a physical game.
Well, once again, look at number 91. He comes up to the middle. He sees him. Boom! Knocks him down.
Inside position from Alton Petway. He had Richard Collier backing up the entire way, and if you're an offensive lineman, You do not want to be with your momentum going back towards your quarterback. They come to try to block this one. Tidwell gets it away, but it's not a very good punt. It'll roll a Valdosta State way, cross the 50 to the 41-yard line where it finally settles, but that's where Albany State will take over, and a good defensive stand from Albany State. So we've seen two great defensive sides of the ball. Could be a low-scoring game.
Right. I can tell you this much. Barron Will cannot take too many shots like this, or we're going to be seeing a substitution coming out. The offensive line needs to definitely step up, make sure they protect the quarterback to keep from like someone like a number 91 coming straight through the hole and just kind of just putting them on his tush. Definitely.
Albany State takes over on the 46-yard line in their own territory, but great field position for the Rams. Hosea Harris in the shotgun formation. Blitz coming. Jason McNeil wraps him up in the backfield. Jason McNeil coming from the outside slot, untested, and he takes down Hosea Harris.
Well, as you see in this replay right here, you see number 35 come straight through, made a great play. Obviously, Albany State, they're kind of lacking on the offensive side. Once again, you can't have to protect your quarterback, definitely. You have to.
McNeil, a Masabi Range junior college transfer, is making a big splash. He had the safety last week. You saw in the highlights in the opening of the broadcast, and he also had 5 tackles to lead the Blazers in Macon. Harris, good pressure again from the D-line. He scrambles out to his right side, throws this one, it is complete to the Blazer 47. Antonio Ivy comes up with that one, a sliding catch. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
What we see here, number 5 is out here. He kind of dips and dives, and number 57 is trying to catch him. But at the last minute, he actually finds an eligible receiver, and number 3, and he makes the outstanding play.
It's Antonio Ivy on the reception. Hosea Harris showing his elusiveness in the pocket. Valdosta State has had trouble with running quarterbacks in the past. Hopefully they'll be able to contain Harris today. Tim Thompson gets a good rush, a hand on Harris, but he gets away once again, throws outside. It's caught. McNeil with the tackle, the reception to Craig Barber, a junior from Tampa, Florida. But the Blazers stuff him, and it'll be 4th down once again. So we see Hosea Harris outside the pocket again, but containment by the Blazer defense. They don't allow a big gain. Tim Thompson just missed the sack here.
Yes, it does. And what you see, Tim Thomas right there, he actually go ahead and make the outstanding throw. Obviously, number 10 was still wide open, and he actually made the play.
8 minutes, 29 seconds, still no score here in the first quarter. It's zooming by under the lights at Bazemore-Hyder. Night football in Valdosta. Wayman Ford fields this one, and now he fumbles it. Wayman Ford fumbles it. It could be a safety. It'll be marked down at the 1.5-yard line. Ford, instead of calling a fair catch and getting a free catch without being troubled by the defensive back, he tries to catch it and make a play and nearly gets a safety.
Well, once again, Valdosta mistakes almost made a costly play that could have cost them 6 points on the board. You cannot make mistakes against this Albany State defense at all, where there's special teams at all. You cannot make mistakes like this. If they do, it's going to be a long night for Valdosta State.
Blazers deep in their own territory for the 2nd straight possession. To the far side, looks like on bump coverage. Jeffrey Felton, Barrett Wilkes behind center, halfway in his own end zone. We'll see if Albany State comes after him. They sit back, the throws to Derek Tharp, trying to get away. They'll mark it just past the 5-yard line, but the Blazers just needed some room to work with. They're almost in their own end zone.
Right. Once again, we can't just make mistakes like we have been making. What we're going to do now, we're going to try to move the ball definitely out of the end zone and just try to make our way out, and let's see what happens from this point on. Definitely.
7 minutes, 47 seconds. Wilkes with Vincent Brown to his left. 3 receivers split far side. Handoff is to Vincent Brown. He's tripped up in the backfield. He sheds 1 tackle but could not shed the second one, taken down by Antonio Fraley, a sophomore from Milledgeville. Gain of about 3, and that'll put the Blazers at 3rd and about 5. Excuse me, 3rd and 2 at their own 10. William Milton checks into the game. Felton to the far side. Vincent Brown tying his shoe, I formation for Valdosta State. 4 down linemen for the Rams. Looking to throw. Wilkes, he's got Zach Parker wide open. Parker doesn't shy away from the contact. Initial hit by Roderick Whipple. That'll be enough for the first down. A 12-yard gain. Zach Parker just wide open over the middle. They faked like it was going to be a run play. The play action beats the Golden State, or the Golden Rams defense.
That was an outstanding play call by Coach Hatcher. Once again, we thought it was going to be an actual running play. Had number 85, Zach Parker, open and was able to pick up the first down.
Barrett Wilkes took a lick on that play from the Golden Rams defense.
Tell you what, it took 2 or 3 to get Zach Parker down. That's a big hoss right there.
6'4", 220-plus pounds. Over the middle, caught by Jeffrey Felton. He's hit hard. It'll be a 9-yard gain for Valdosta State. And now Barrett Wilkes starting to use the middle of the field a little bit. It's opened up. This Albany State team likes to blitz a lot. They run a 3-4 defense, and those linebackers are constantly trying to put pressure on opposing quarterbacks.
Well, once you do that right there, it's going to open up your eligible receivers. And Barrett Wilkes is going to just have a field day out here like shooting fish in a bucket.
Under 6 minutes, no score. Valdosta State trying to put together a drive that started on their own 1.5-yard line. Wilkes, he's got a man, but Derek Tharp decided to stay put and not come to the ball and is knocked away. Great play by Gavin Willingham, 6'3", 205 out of Hepzibah. Good anticipation there by the Albany State defensive back.
Yes, it was.
.545, the clock has stopped. Wilkes gathers the play call. 3rd down and 2. Felton split to the far side along with Derek Tharp in the slot. Zach Parker to the bottom of your screen.
Watch number 85, Zach Parker.
Blitz by Crosby. Jeffrey Felton fields it. He snaps away from a tackle. Up to the 40, and he side swipes.
He's gone.
Jeffrey Felton. Great play there. Unbelievable athletic ability from Felton. He slipped away, but hey, there's a flag on the play. Could be a holding call. If this one comes back, Valdosta State's got to be kicking themselves.
That's right. You're looking at number 11, Barrett Wilkes. He actually sees Spencer Felt, and he hits him. Actually, he breaks the tackle, and oh, here we go. He's off to the races now. What a nice hit. And he actually makes his way down, slips and falls, but unfortunately, we're bringing this ball back.
So once again, we saw this many times in Macon, where the Blazers were unable to stay away from penalties on key first down conversions. That was more than enough for the first down, held them way into Fort Valley State, or Albany State territory. But the flag brings the Blazers back again.
Once again, this is costly penalties, and hopefully this won't come back to bite them. Albany State is a team that is not a joke. They are ranked number 10 in the nation for no reason at all. They have an outstanding offense as well as an outstanding defense. And if Valdosta State can keep making costly mistakes like this, we're going to be in for a long night, people.
Still no score, 4 minutes, 44 seconds. The referee's conferring on something. Either it's a hold or it's not, and apparently they're deciding where to spot the ball.
Either way you look at it, the ball's coming right back outside the 37, 38 yard line. Actually, the 33 yard line.
Ball marked at the 33, and there's mass confusion on the field right now. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Blazers. Not really quite sure how that happened. But Valdosta State is going to have a first down on the 34-yard line. Lewis Cooper now takes over at quarterback. Also into the game, number 21, Thomas Arnold. Cooper, a Northwest Mississippi junior college transfer, 4 of 5 in Macon, but he also threw an interception. Stumbles a little bit on that throw. That ball hit the ground It'll be 2nd down and 10 as Jeffrey Felton tried to pass it off like he caught the ball, but Cooper couldn't handle the snap and then threw one low to Felton.
Well, Cooper, he's just coming into the game. I'm sure he's wet behind the ears. You know, got to just go ahead and just shake off that rush right here. We got Baron Wilkes coming right back into the game.
Interesting move there by Coach Hatcher. He gave Cooper 1 snap. Usually Lewis Cooper so far in spring practice has been the guy that has been rushing the ball out of the quarterback slot. Many of you will remember Fabian Walker, of course, from last year and what he was able to do rushing the ball. Out of the flat, it's Vincent Brown spinning to the 36-yard line. No love lost between these two teams. Albany State getting a warning in the backfield as Travis Taylor was knocked down to the ground by Mike Pittman, who's been the subject of a couple controversial plays so far. He just gets a warning from the referees. Apparently that doesn't warrant a penalty.
Well, this is Ali Frazier, Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins. This is going to be a knockout, drag-out game. Obviously, these two teams love to hate each other, and once again, they bring out the best in each other.
4 minutes, 14 and ticking. Wilkes on 3rd down and 8. Steps up in the pocket. He's got Sherrard Reynolds, a freshman from Moultrie, complete to the 49-yard line, and the Blazers move the chains.
When you're looking at Baron Wilkes again, he actually looks right, looks left. There, he actually going ahead and send it down to Sherrod Reynolds, and he actually go ahead and pick up the 1st down.
Lewis Cooper back into the game for Valdosta State, so Coach Hatcher is rotating his quarterbacks, maybe trying to give Albany State some different looks. 4-receiver formation. Cooper set to throw. Will Shelton, deep ball. This one is going to be picked off. No! Marcus Jefferson had it in his hands and basically threw it right back out of his hands. Cooper threw that one straight into coverage. He comes in for 1 play and is now back off the field. Will Shelton, though, on that particular play was driven past by Alton Petway.
Again, Valdosta State is making costly mistakes here. In all honesty, Albany State should be up at least 21-0 by the penalties and also the costly errors that they are making. You cannot make mistakes against this Albany State football team.
Just over 3.5 left in the 1st quarter. 0-0 is the score, and it's 2nd down and 10. Wilkes once again in, shovel pass, but it's snuffed out. Alton Petway, once again, we've already called on Petway's name a couple of times in this game, and he is really making great penetration, getting into the backfield, putting good press on the offensive line. And really right now, their defensive set looks very aggressive, and we're sort of in a passive mode.
Well, Petway is a hoss. He is a 6'3", 255 junior out of Bay Minette, Alabama. And so far, he is looking very, very good. He's actually stepping up. You know, he's actually showing, you know, the Valdosta State Blazers that they're here to play. They're serious.
3 minutes in the 1st. This 1st quarter has gone by extremely quick. Wilkes on 3rd. And very long, and he's sacked in the backfield. Barrett Wilkes chased down by Jason Marshall, and Albany State. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
Well, just out of nowhere, here comes 91. Obviously, no one blocked him, and there he goes down, Baron Wilkes, again.
There's a hold on the play against Valdosta State. I'm sure this one will be declined. It'll be 4th and extremely long for the Blazers, which will force them to punt it. Penalty will be declined by the Golden Rams. 2 minutes, 48 seconds left in the 1st here. It'll be 4th and 25 for
right
Valdosta State. And they're moving backwards. They may even have negative yards because of penalties once again.
Well, right now, Valdosta State is the #1 ranked team in the nation. They do not look it right now. Once again, we gotta stop making such costly mistakes against a team like Albany State. And right now, we're about to go ahead and punt the ball. Hopefully, the Black Swarm will actually go ahead for and out.
Quick snap. Tidwell kicks it away. Good coverage downfield. Fair caught by Brandon Green. And we'll switch it up as Albany State now goes on the offensive. 2 minutes, 41 seconds in the first quarter that has absolutely flown by. No score yet. Both teams playing pretty sloppily. So far, the Valdosta State defense has looked pretty solid, but the offense just has no flow whatsoever.
What I think what it is jitters. This is a big game for Valdosta State. They're trying to get off on another good start. We actually have a 15-game winning streak. We're trying to keep that intact. Albany State, once again, they had a hard time with Miles College last week, and they're just trying to go ahead and get off on a good start, too, as well.
Interesting switch here. Kevin Atkins into the game. And there's an option play, and it's dropped by Atkins. He recovers it himself. They may get a gain out of that of 1 or 2, but some interesting personnel moves by Coach Hatcher on the Valdosta State Black Swarm. Number 23, Kevin Atkins, has moved into a cornerback role from Rover, and now number 32, Antoine Harris, a senior, has moved into the Rover position.
Hopefully with these changes, the Valdosta State Blazers will go ahead, like I said, 4 and out, and we'll go ahead and kick the ball, hopefully down at the 35 of Albany State.
2nd down and 9, sloppy football from both sides today. Hosea Harris behind center. Atkins cuts back upfield, knee down around the 37. We'll see where they spot it. 1:45 left in the first. But we're seeing Albany State's game plan. They like to mix in the pass and the run, but they also try to go for that home run. They've thrown a couple deep balls already today, and we'll see how Hosea Harris plays it on 3rd down and 5.
Well, Hosea Harris has caught the the Valdosta State defense slipping, where they actually could have been up by at least 7 if it would have been for a flag that actually got called back.
Harris goes up, he's got Atkins, but he overthrows him. Atkins didn't know which shoulder to look over. He beat Jason McNeil out of the backfield. It's a good thing that Hosea Harris and Atkins had a little bit of miscommunication there. 1:11, 4th down and 6. That will force Matthew Hawthorne out on the field to punt this one away for Albany State.
Well, the Blazer defense did what they were supposed to do. 4 in, 4 out, and we're going to get the ball back. Well, let's see what Wayman Ford actually does on his punt return.
We've had special teams problems already. Wayman muffed a kick a little bit earlier in this quarter. There's got to be a delay of game penalty, but instead a timeout taken by Albany State with 1:11. Still tied at 0 here at Bazemore-Hyder. We'll be back for the rest of the first quarter on VSU-TV.
Redefine your world. Join the Peace Corps.
Apply now at peacecorps.gov.
Back on VSU-TV, 1:11, 4th down and 5 for the Golden Rams. Kind of burned a timeout here early in the first portion of the game. Wayman Ford back deep for Valdosta State. We mentioned just a second ago that he muffed a kick a little bit earlier, one that almost wound up for points on the Albany State side of the scoreboard, but still goose eggs up for Valdosta State versus Albany State here today. The Blazers don't really come after this one too hard. Hawthorne gets it off very well deep into the Valdosta State territory. Wayman Ford tries the stiff arm his man, and he fumbles it. Ford fumbles it again. Donnie Daniels falls on the ball, but once again, Wayman Ford having trouble on the special teams. Albany State, great coverage downfield, but Ford, we see again, maybe he's not comfortable out there. It doesn't appear to be.
Once again, it could be nerves. Once again, this is the second game of the season. Valdosta State's first home game in front of a capacity crowd. I'm sure it's just jitters. What Mr. Ford needs to do is just calm down and just go ahead and play his game.
Spread formation for Valdosta State. Jeffrey Felton, Travis Taylor to the far side, to the near. Number 15, Clay Calloway. He's actually your third string quarterback. And number 10, Sherrard Reynolds. Vincent Brown in the backfield. Barrett Wilkes in the shotgun. Throw it out to the flat. Vincent Brown jukes, spins, and up to the 21-yard line. Good for a Blazer first down. Blazers utilizing the athleticism of Vincent Brown. He's a guy that last year was a backup to Tyran Robinson, who in his career at Valdosta State, over 3,000 yards rushing. Now Vincent Brown, he's the guy in his senior year stepping up. Hopefully he can come through for Valdosta State.
Well, once again, the Valdosta State Blazers, they are locked, cocked, ready to rock, and they're reloaded.
3 receivers set, Felton and Reynolds to the far side, Clay Calloway to the near, Marcus Jefferson on him for Golden State. Draw play delayed, and Vincent Brown once again upfield. A gain of about 12, and now Valdosta State doing things out of the backfield, creating motion, creating a delay play, mixing things up a little bit.
Well, I'm sure Coach Hatcher told his players to actually calm down, to actually play Blazer football, and right now they actually are playing Blazer football. As long as here we go right here, he's looking at number 14, Vincent Brown, actually on the play where he actually made an outstanding effort.
That's the end of the first quarter, still tied at 0. Blazers with the ball, 2nd and inches. We'll be back on VSU-TV with the start of the second.
Even if it runs on electricity, it runs on fuel. Fortunately, appliances with the Energy Star label are more efficient for a cleaner environment.
Back on VSU-TV, the start of the second quarter, still no score between Albany State and Valdosta State. 2nd down and 1 on the VSU 32. Pro formation out of the shotgun. Wilkes once again goes to Vincent Brown in the backfield. Golden Rams all over him. And that'll be a loss of about 2. So the second quarter doesn't start out very well for Valdosta State. 3rd and 3, Blazers looking at here. No huddle offense now for the Hatch attack, otherwise known as the air raid. In all black today, Golden Rams wearing the gold and silver. Wilkes set the throw over the middle, and Zach Parker juggles it and couldn't come down with the reception. Thrown into coverage there by Barrett Wilkes on 3rd down and 4. Sherrard Reynolds looked to be open a little bit closer to home, but Wilkes decided to go to one of his main targets in Zach Parker, and unsuccessfully. We'll see if the punt team comes out here for VSU. Coach Hatcher giving the call, and here they come. Barrett Wilkes running off the field. 14-12, VSU offense completely stagnant. Blazer fans wondering what's going on with the Blazer offense. Tidwell, not a very good bounce for VSU. It'll bounce out at the 49-yard line, and that's where Albany State will take over. The Chris Hatcher Show will be airing at a new time on VSU-TV. Celebrate your 2004 NCAA Division II champions by tuning in on Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. and Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. That's VSU-TV Cable Channel 11, Tuesday nights at 6:30 and Wednesday night 8:30 p.m. Blazer defense back on the field. Hosea Harris in the shotgun formation. New running back into the game, also with dreadlocks, Antoine Andrews. Quick throw, and Romeo Montez hit hard by Wayman Ford, trying to make up for some of those special teams errors. Wayman Ford, a Georgia Military College transfer, finds his way to VSU and hopefully trying to make an impact. He did have a 31-yard interception return against the Wildcats last week. Game moving quickly, 13:37 left in the second. 2 receivers to the far side. Harris under center, and Andrews gets the carry. He's got lead blockers taken down again by Wayman Ford as he wrapped up his ankle. Close to a first down from Albany State. They're gonna mark him about a yard away from the first down marker at the 40 of Valdosta State. Great field position once again for the Rams. Under center is Harris. Same formation we just saw. Harris with a QB sneak, and it appears as if he'll have enough for the first down. So Albany State moving the chains. Not very impressive numbers for either team in that first half. 61 passing yards for VSU, only 12 for Albany State. Total offense, 55 yards Valdosta State, only 19 for the Rams.
Once again, these are just jitters. I'm sure in the second half you're going to see two totally different teams coming out.
Just under 13 in the second. Hand off to Andrews. Blazers, good coverage, a gain of about 2, finally knocked out of bounds by Antoine Harris. Second down and 8. Nothing spectacular about the Golden Rams offense. They just pretty much run the ball at you, like you said in the opening, smash mouth, and that's what they're doing right now. They're very quick with their play calling. They don't take a lot of the play clock to get the snap off.
But on the other side of the ball, the famous Black Swarm is actually living up to their name, living up to their reputation.
Play action, Tim Thompson trying to chase down Harris. The ball is caught by Brandon Green, shakes one tackle, then the Black Swarm get him, but complete all the way down to the 25-yard line, and there's some motion out of your Albany State Rams. Blazer defense looking a little bit shaky at the very moment. They were good in the first quarter. Hopefully they can keep it up throughout the game. There's been a problem in recent history for Valdosta State in second quarters. They don't play very well in second quarters.
To give Albany State an inch, they're going to take 5 miles. Once again, the Valdosta State Blazers, they need to go ahead and just need to step their game up and actually stop the momentum right here.
Andrews, he's got a hold of the outside. Gio Blaylock with a good tackle. Gain of a 5 on that one. You see the Rams using the whole field in their running game. And now almost a wholesale change for Valdosta State on defense. Carlos Russell, Kelvin Roberts, a Reedley junior college transfer out of California. William Montford back into the game. Calvin English. A lot of new faces on this defense. Donnie Daniels into the game. Antoine Harris, Calvin Roberts for the first time at free safety. Harris running out to his left. It's an option. He keeps it, and it's taken down. Gets to the 16. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Albany State. Under 11 and a half remaining. Here in the first half of play, Albany State putting together a drive. They've gone with a lot of successive running plays. Let's see if they try play action and put the ball in the air. Harris under center. Handoff is to Atkins. Cuts up the middle. He's stuffed at the 15. Let's see where they mark it, but it could be close. Fourth down and inches, it appears. They're going to measure. Referees call for a measurement. We'll take this time to tell you that the theater at VSU presents a Robert Fulghum favorite, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. This funny and heartwarming look at life is performed with song and dance. Performances start September 15th at 7:30 p.m. in VSU's Lab Theater. The measurement, as you can see, inches short. Albany State. Now, if you're Albany State and Coach Mike White, do you kick the field goal, try to get some points on the board because it's still 0-0, or do you take the chance, go for it, and try to put one into the end zone a couple plays later?
Well, Albany State has had success running the ball against the defense of Valdosta State. If I was Coach White, I would try to go for the first down, but at the same time, why not just go for a sure thing and get 3 points on the board just to kind of get your offense settled down, your team settled down, and we're about to go ahead and we're about to find out.
So the Blazer faithful, which has turned out in full force today against Albany State, their interstate rival, on their feet. Let's see if this is just a ploy to draw the Blazers offside. Play clock starts at 24, and it's option out to the Right side, Hosea Harris has got more than enough for the first down, taken out at the 10. An interesting play call. Hosea Harris moves to the outside. Most times on a fourth down conversion, you try to run it right back up the gut.
Right. Once again, you're looking at Hosea. You're looking at the quarterback of Albany State. They're able to actually run the ball, actually having no problems actually moving the ball. So it comes to me as no surprise as far as Albany State able to move the ball against Valdosta State.
First down and 10 on the 10-yard line. The Golden Rams. In motion is Sapp. Hand off to Atkins. He squirts to the outside. Atkins ripped down, a gain of 6. It's first and goal. Now second and goal. They'll mark it on the 5-yard line, and Antonio Atkins showing and showcasing his speed today. Second and goal on the 5-yard line. Albany State looking to put the first points of the day on their side of the board. Option out, kept by Harris. He's hit hard. The helmet goes flying off as Tim Thompson came over the top of Hosea Harris. Let's hope everybody's all right. You see right there, without his lid, the quarterback Hosea Harris got to strap it on a little bit tighter when you're playing against that Black Swarm. Looks like no gain on the play. Fans hoping for a VSU stump here. Forced fumble would be nice, interception. Those are all on the wish list for Coach Hatcher right now.
Well, that play right there got the crowd of Valdosta State fired up, and that's what the Blazers are going to need, some support from their fans.
And now Albany State will take a timeout with 9:32. Still 0-0, but the Golden Rams on the doorstep here on VSU-TV.
Stop drugs, save lives, protect the environment in the Coast Guard.
The Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
Back on VSU-TV, 9:32 in the first half. Still no score, but Albany State threatening deep in Blazer territory at the 5. Third down, big third down here for the Valdosta State defense. If they can stop Albany State and just get a field goal as they switch fields, Hosea Harris, or now it's Terence Ransom, the freshman quarterback. Atkins to the outside. Blazers coverage is great. They knock him out of bounds. It'll be fourth, maybe a gain of a half a yard, but you see the speed right there of the Blazer defense. Terence Ransom, a freshman with fresh legs, comes into the game, and he can't even get the ball to Atkins fast enough. Delayed play. Blazers able to snuff it out. Here comes the field goal unit.
Well, with that last hit that you actually saw earlier, that seemed to have gotten the defense fired up, and actually they came in, they've at least held it to maybe possibly 3 points. Hopefully that's not the case, but at least they prevented a touchdown.
Ready to kick it is Hawthorne. Number 23, Dimitri McCray, who had 2 interceptions last week, holds the snap. It's a bad snap. The kick is up, and it is straight through the uprights. And Albany State strikes first in this, what has been a sloppy first half of play for both teams, but a pretty successful, sustained drive by the Golden Rams we just saw, and it was through running the football.
Well, Hosea Harris had no problem actually moving the ball downfield, along with number 24, Antonio Atkins, who actually has been picking and choosing his slots, busting in and busting out of coverage, and he's able to make plays down the field. Valdosta State has to go ahead and actually prevent that from actually happening. They did a pretty good job as far as containing the Albany State offense and just holding them, actually limiting them to 3 points.
VSU-TV would like to take this moment to extend our deepest sympathy to those affected by Hurricane Katrina, and would like to remind you that the American Red Cross needs blood, and platelet donations now more than ever are needed from you, the viewer. Call 241-1141. That's 1141 to set up an appointment today and help out the victims of Hurricane Katrina. It's an unbelievable natural disaster. And what Katrina has done to the city of New Orleans it's amazing. It's breathtaking even, and in a bad way, of course.
Right. The city of New Orleans will never, ever be the same. Also along the Gulf Coast, it's been very, very devastating. Something that we have never seen in our lifetime. So whatever help that you actually can give, please give. Give blood if you can give blood. Give
canned
money.
goods.
Exactly.
I mean, there are all sorts of charities trying to help out the Katrina effort. The Blazers trying to help out their own effort to stop the Albany State Hurricane. Their defense has been very solid. Georgia transfer Cedric Haywood is licked by number 44, Darkus Lane.
Albany State has come to play today. Sloppy game last week. They was able to pull out a squeaker, but against Valdosta State, they ready to play. And you hear the band in the background. They are getting fired up off right behind the Albany State team.
Well, you can see how Albany State won so many games last year and really defeated us at the very beginning of the season. Their defense keeps them in games. Their offense not spectacular, but enough points put on the door. There's a offsides on Albany State that'll move the Blazers up 5 yards, but we can see their game plan is the defense keeps you in the game. The offense gives you enough points to hopefully be the victor at the end. The Blazers, on the other hand, through the past have had a defense that shuts down opposing offenses, and an offense, the hatch attack, the air raid as it's known, that can put up a lot of points. 32 points against Fort Valley. Fort Valley, a pretty solid team. Albany State might be at a different level, ranked 10 in the nation. I think they're at a little bit different level than Fort Valley. This is a great test, and they're going to call a false start on Valdosta State right here, which seems almost unbelievable because first movement was most definitely the Rams.
Right. As you alluded to before, Albany State is not ranked number 10 in the nation for nothing at all. This is pretty much the exact same team that they actually made that Cinderella run last year. For what it's worth, that was their best season ever, and pretty much this is the same team that they have returned.
This is the first time that they'd ever beaten Valdosta State.
Right.
Of course, it didn't happen in the playoffs, I'd like to note. 38 unanswered points in the second half from VSU. Always been a second half team. What a great catch by Derek Tharp. Barrett Wilkes rolling out to his right finds Derek Tharp. A gain of over 20 yards to the VSU 42-yard line, and that's a big play that Valdosta State needs and was reeling for.
Any kind of play that you can actually look for that can get your offense going, go ahead and get that. Barrett Wilkes made an outstanding play.
No huddle offense for Valdosta State. Clay Calloway and Wake Forest transfer Derek Tharp to the far side. Georgia transfers Cedric Haywood in solo coverage to the bottom of your screen. Wilkes pump fakes off the hands of Tharp. He couldn't corral that one. Wilkes threw a bullet, but Derek Tharp, being a receiver at D2, got to come up with that one.
Tharp, he needs sticky fingers to hold that right there. You can't keep on making costly errors as such.
Second down and 10 on the 42-yard line of Valdosta State. 8 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the half. Albany State has taken a 3-0 lead on a field goal by Matthew Hawthorne. Spread formation. Tharp to the far side, Calloway in the far side slot, Taylor to the near side slot, and number 7, Cedric Haywood is at the bottom. Barrett Wilkes, lots of time, over to Derek Tharp, and he could not corral the one-handed catch. Tharp, 2 passes his direction, neither one he caught. It'll be 4th down.
Barrett Wilkes threw the pass a little high, and if Derek Tharp would actually have made that catch, that would have been something for Sports Center. That would have been a top play right there.
You could see the spring in Tharp's step. Good vertical from Tharp, and he had room to run, and he knew it, and that's why he was so upset. 3rd down and 10. Valdosta State hasn't been very successful on 3rd down attempts to convert today, but this is going to be an offside. Great pickup blitz. They throw it to Clay Calloway. It doesn't matter. It'll be a offside penalty on Albany State. Good hard snap count from Barrett Wilkes. got Alton Petway and a few other Golden Rams to jump.
Whatever you can do to get your offense going with that hard count. Obviously, that drew Albany State offsides. We're going to go ahead and pick up a couple extra yards. It would have been very nice to be able to pick up that first down, but we'll go ahead and get what we can take.
It'll be 3rd down and 5. An offside penalty is only 5 yards. So a little bit closer to a first down are the flamed red and black. Callaway to the far side. Looks like he's on bump coverage from the cornerback. Taylor, Tharp, and Haywood to the bottom of the screen. Wilkes, he's got time, rolls out to his right. He's going to take off and run. He's got enough for the first down, steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Barrett Wilkes doing his best Fabian Walker impression.
What you saw right there was the offensive line actually collapsed. Barrett Wilkes had no other option but to run, and he was able to pick up the first down.
So Wilkes takes matters into his own hands, moves the chains for the Blazers, and they're in Albany State territory for what seems like the first time today. No huddle once again for the Blazers. 2 backs in the formation. Barrett Wilkes in the shotgun. William Milton to his right, and on his left, the dependable Vincent Brown. Wilkes throwing again. Steps up. Goes deep. Derek Tharp trying to beat this one out. Good inside position from Mike Pittman. Wilkes just threw that one up, was hoping that his 6'3" receiver could come down with it, but good position there by the Albany State defense. Second down and 10 on the 42-yard line of Albany State. Rams up 3-0. They scored on their last possession. Valdosta State hoping to answer. Callaway to the far side. Taylor, Tharp, and Cedric Haywood to the near. It's a keeper for Barrett Wilkes. He gets around a couple blockers, kneels at the 33-yard line, but once again we see Barrett Wilkes with a set play this time to run out of the backfield.
Well, Valdosta State is pulling out all the stops right here. You just saw 2 actual keepers by Barrett Wilkes, and he's actually trying anything that he can to try to get into Albany State territory.
7 minutes, 43 seconds here in the second quarter. Sun's starting to go down and a sultry Valdosta night, but fairly nice outside compared to recent days here in South Georgia. Wilkes finds Callaway. It's caught. He tries to get around his tackler. He shakes off one. He'll be inside the 30. A pretty athletic play there by Clay Callaway, a guy that on your depth chart is your 3rd-string quarterback.
Well, once again, Valdosta State is pulling out all the stops. We're trying to go ahead and move the ball into territory, try to go ahead and get on this board right now.
VSU band trying to get into things. No huddle offense again for the Blazers. So far it's been successful. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Callaway to the far side, near side slot. Derek Tharp, here comes the blitz. Hand off to Vincent Brown. He shakes one, he shakes 2. Vincent Brown up the middle, finally taken down at the 10-yard line. You are seeing some sheer guts from Vincent Brown. How did he shake off that tackle? There's no way.
That's just pure heart right there. Vincent Brown, number 14. Obviously, he wants it bad. Try to go ahead. He actually picked up the first down, just shaked and baked, broke a couple of tackles, and we're right inside the 10.
Barrett Wilkes relaying the play call. Under 7 minutes, first down and 10 at the 10-yard line for VSU. It's first and goal. They've got to score. They've got 4 downs to do it. 5 on the line for Albany State. Blitz, Wilkes trying to get rid of it. He's out of the pocket, holds on to it. Maybe a little bit too long. Probably should have thrown that one away. A loss of 4 on the play by Barrett Wilkes. He was out of the pocket. He was out of the box. You throw it away, it's not a penalty. Why is he trying to take that one upfield?
Well, once again, Barrett Wilkes is trying to do anything that he possibly can do to try to make something happen. What he needs to do is go with his workhorse, number 14, Vincent Brown. Vincent Brown was able to shake off a couple of tackles a play ago, and pretty much they're going to have to refer to him and go ahead and pick up this touchdown if he can.
Second down and goal. Now back to the 15-yard line, 5-yard loss on the attempted scramble by Barrett Wilkes, though it wasn't scripted. Looks like another blitz coming here. Picked up by the Blazers. Barrett Wilkes, time to throw into the end zone. Travis Taylor wide open in the corner of the end zone. Barrett Wilkes finds Taylor. Blazers put 6 on the board. You heard the roar from the crowd. It's like building to a climax. Finally, the Blazers put together a drive that did something and results in points. Michael Green on to kick the extra point. It is up and straight through the poles. 7-3, Blazers on top with 6:32 remaining here in the first half of play.
Well, Barrett Wilkes actually willed this team down the field. Also, you saw an outstanding play by number 14, Vincent Brown, by shaking off those couple of tackles, bringing it inside the 10, and that actually capped off by number 28, Travis Taylor, with a nice, lovely catch into the end zone.
Well, what happened on that play was that for the second straight play, Albany State was blitzing. And Vincent Brown and William Milton brought into the game. They picked up the blitz. They gave Barrett time to roll out to his left. Taylor kind of drifted away from the zone coverage that was being played. Barrett Wilkes, a strong throw into the end zone.
Right. Well, when you blitz, somebody's always going to be open. And Barrett Wilkes was able to find that opening and put 6 on the board with the extra point, making it 7.
Blazers take a 4-point lead, but still a lot of time left in this quarter. Michael Green gonna kick it away. Back deep is Chappell and another Green, his name Brandon, for Albany State, no relation. The kickoff, the fans with the Homer hankies out, and it's a great kickoff. It's almost through the uprights. Michael Green with some power on that kick. Albany State will take it out to 20 because the kick out of the end zone is a touchback, but at least you don't give them a chance to return and gain some momentum on a good return.
Well, all the momentum right now is in Valdosta State's favor right now. And if we maintain this momentum that we're going to have, good things are going to come about.
6.5 left here in the first half of play. Brian Belvin into the game for the Blazers on the far side. Outside linebacker slot, Maurice Leggett, who suffered a midsection injury against Fort Valley State, also in. William Montfort at the middle linebacker position. Harris steps up in the pocket, throws. He's got Atkins. It is caught. Reception from Atkins. Everett Kitchens can't believe it. Neither can Sean Harris of the Blazers. They say that that ball hit the ground first. It also looked that Hosea Harris might have crossed the line of scrimmage before making that throw. However, a big gain for Albany State has them in business now on the 43-yard line.
Well, it's that Hosea Harris, Antonio Atkins connection once again. They're actually making a big play, bringing them inside the 40.
2 receivers to the far side. Handoff is to Antoine Andrews. He's got a lot of room to work with, taken down by Dedrick Morrison, a gain of 6 or 7. And Valdosta State once again being tormented by the run. They're trying to keep fresh guys in. James Hutley out now. Number 99, Calvin English, comes into the game for the Flamed Red and Black. Same formation as the play before, 2 to the far side. Andrews in the backfield. Handoff is to Andrews. He's got a hole and he uses it. Up the middle, Antoine Andrews with breakaway speed, finally knocked down by Kevin Atkins at the 30-yard line, but here come the Golden Rams of Albany State. 5.5 minutes remaining and another first down. ASU putting together a second straight drive on the Black Swarm defense. The lead blocking so far for Albany State has been tremendous. They have a couple 300-pound guards and tackles that are moving downfield very nimbly.
Well, when you have 300-pound linemen as such, you're going to be able to move the ball as such.
Atkins swarmed by the Blazers, but not before he got 4. 5 minutes now, 7-3 Blazers on top, but Albany State getting close to the red zone. Ball on the 28-yard line of VSU. Will be 2nd down and 8, only 2 yards gained by Atkins. Complete spread formation here from Albany State. Wilson, Green, and Ivy to the near side. Atkins in the slot to the far side, and they throw it to Atkins. Scott Foss misses the tackle. Antonio Atkins shakes him off. Good lead blocking, dives into the end zone. There's going to be a flag for excessive celebration on that play by Antonio Atkins, but Scott Foss completely misses an open field tackle. He had a chance to make a big hit, a chance to make a play for no gain. Atkins shakes him off, and now Albany State goes on top.
Once again, Valdosta State is making costly errors, and if it wouldn't have been for the excessive celebration into the end zone right there, which are they going to call back, Albany State would be up right now. But once again, Valdosta State cannot make costly errors as such.
Well, Valdosta State will be down, and the extra point will be moved back because of the penalty, because Antonio Atkins did not have to dive into the end zone as he did. And that's something that if you're Antonio Atkins, that may not be a smart play. That's getting the defense fired up.
Right.
You're giving them a reason now to want to hurt you as a player. And if you're Albany State, you've got all the momentum. Why even give them a reason?
Well, this is Albany State's way of showing the Blazers that they can move the ball at will, and they have been. Valdosta State needs to go ahead, settle down, actually slow down the pace, the tempo of the game. And if they don't, this is going to be a very long night for the Blazers.
The kick is no good as it hit the scoreboard to the left side of the uprights. 4:23, 9-7 is the score, and there's a mistake from Albany State, so they missed the extra point, and now they'll have the kickoff 15 yards back because of the excessive celebration penalty. And Valdosta State will hopefully be able to get good field position here, but the offense has to retaliate.
Yes, they do. With the offense, well, you're going to have to go back to Baron Wilkes and also to his workhorse number 14, Vincent Brown, and actually go ahead and do the exact same thing what they did on the last drive, which actually took them into a position to actually score a touchdown.
Tune in to WVVS 90.9 FM on Sunday nights from 9 to midnight for your dose of college radio nostalgia. Help WVVS celebrate over 30 years of music on the edge as Skip Gildersleeve brings the past to life with Lest We Forget. Dial 333, that's 333-5661 for your request. Lest We Forget, Sunday nights, 9 to midnight. Blazers stunned after the missed tackle, but really you can't blame it on Scott Foss. He did miss the tackle. He had a chance to take down Atkins, but the Blazers have had chances all day long to make plays on defense and haven't been able to do it. And so far, Albany State has put together very good drives.
Well, Albany State is making mistakes, but for what it is worth, they are capitalizing on those same mistakes that Valdosta State is making. And that's why they're up 9-7 right now.
Hawthorne to kick it away, back deep, Cedric Haywood and Vincent Brown. Vincent to take it on the 21. Blazers should get good field position here. Vincent around to the outside, shaking off one guy, but dragged down. Only gets a gain of about 6 yards, dragged down at the 27. And with 4 minutes, 16 seconds, Albany State seems to have all the answers for the Blazers. Barrett Wilkes back out there for VSU. He led a great drive in the last offensive possession for the Flame Red and Black. Cedric Haywood in the game. He's down to the near side. Taylor in the near side slot. Zach Parker returns to the game in the far side slot. Pass is complete to Sherrard Reynolds up to the 36-yard line. positive yardage for VSU. Four minutes now, ticking away in the second quarter of play. Haywood and Taylor to the near side. In the backfield, Vincent Brown, Zach Parker, and Reynolds to the far side. Wilkes, once again in the no huddle. Vincent Brown, Eric Crosby snuffs that one out. Maybe a gain of, actually probably won't even get back to the line of scrimmage on that play. A loss of 2, Vincent Brown out of the flat, but Coach Hatcher not utilizing the middle of the field so far in this drive, trying to stay on the outside, balance things out. Third down and 5 for the Black Swarm. Another big third down conversion. You'd like to get some points on the board before you go into half. You don't want to give Albany State too much time to have a chance to kick a field goal, or even worse, score a touchdown. Wilkes, pump fake, now throws it. It is nearly picked off by Pittman, but there's a flag on the play as Marcus Jefferson was extremely physical with Derek Tharp, and Tharp has been knocked around a good bit by this defensive back core from Albany State, and finally, it looks like the Blazers will get a call. It is against Albany State, so what would have been a third down stand now turns into a first down conversion with under 3.5 minutes remaining. It's a 15-yard penalty, which moves the Blazers up to the 47-yard line. Looking to cross midfield for just the second time this half. Offense finally got into a rhythm. Travis Taylor connected with Barrett Wilkes for a touchdown in the near side corner. Taylor in the game once again to the near side slot. Hand off to Vincent Brown. He's got a little running room, met by Eric Crosby in Golden Ram territory, but positive yards on the run there from the Valdosta State offense. Clock continues to tick, now around 3 minutes. Zach Parker enters the game. Cedric Haywood back in the game as well. Haywood, Tharp, Taylor to the near side. Vincent Brown in the backfield, and Parker all alone with Marcus Jefferson on him on the far side. This time it's Wilkes keeping the ball. Good block, Wilkes has enough for the first down. Good job of holding on to that ball because Albany State was definitely trying to strip that one away. Wilkes just held on to it as hard as he could, got enough for the first down, and pretty impressed with his speed so far. Two minutes, 32 seconds. Clock continues to run. No huddle offense once again for Coach Hatcher and Valdosta State. Wilkes throws one over the middle. He overthrew it, and it's nearly intercepted by Dimitri McCray. He had 2 interceptions last week against Miles College. Cedric Haywood had the inside track. Barrett Wilkes just overthrew him. There's a flag on the play, however, and it looks like it'll be against Valdosta State. A good chance it could be a hold. Waiting for the call. Actually, it may be a roughing the passer. Once again, now Albany State making some mistakes on this drive, which has allowed Valdosta State to grab a couple first downs. Things have a way of evening out on the football field. Both teams played great defense but sloppy offense in the first quarter, and now in the second quarter it's been good offense, good drives, and not great defense. Vincent Brown, he's got room to run. Vincent jukes, there's a flag on the play. This one is coming back. Touchdown is the signal now, but there's a hold The Blazers, after just being the beneficiary of a penalty, now shoot themselves in both feet because that was going to be 6 points. And the Albany State faithful like that call.
But once again, you cannot make costly errors once you're inside the 20-yard line. That should have been a definite 6 points, but with that actual holding call, they're bringing the ball all the way back.
So no loss of down. And it'll be 1st and 20. Ball marked on the 33-yard line. So touchdown run negated by Vincent Brown. Holding penalty once again against the black, flamed red and black. William Milton now in the game as your tailback. 2-12, the handoff is to Milton. He's up the middle for a gain of 5. They'll mark it at the 28-yard line, under 2 minutes now. So time to get into the 2-minute drill. If you're Valdosta State, quick snap. Going deep to the end zone, Zach Parker nearly came up with it. Double coverage, Barrett Wilkes threw into, and he had number 82, Derek Tharp, wide open around the 20-yard line, and you can see Tharp and Barrett Wilkes talking to each other. Derek Tharp was wide open. Barrett went for all the marbles on that throw.
Looked like there was a miscommunication on both parts. Once again, you alluded that number 82 was wide open, but Barrett Wilkes deferred to his main weapon, number 85, Zach Parker.
3rd and very long at 14 yards. Ball marked on the 28. They've got to get down to the 14 for a 1st down. Vincent Brown returns to the game. Haywood, Parker, and Tharp. Some size out there for your receivers. Good press here by Albany State, and they're going to take down Barrett Wilkes. Great pressure from Tavares Carson, a 6'4", 240 linebacker. That sounds more like a defensive end to me, but he put a great press on the Blazer offense. It's 4th down, and we'll see if they try to kick a very, very, very long field goal or pooch punt it and pin Albany State. 1:17 and the clock is ticking. They may just actually take a delay of game penalty here. Let the clock slip down, get some room to try to place a punt deep in Albany State territory. So some strategic coaching going on right here. They take the penalty. It's an intentional delay of game. Actually, they'll take a timeout instead of take the penalty. And the Blazers with 59.7 face a 4th down and extremely long. Down 2 points to Albany State. Some questionable play calls and execution here from the Valdosta State offense. You love the aggressiveness of trying to go deep and trying to score here late in the quarter, but maybe a little bit too aggressive. Barrett Wilkes has overlooked a couple of open receivers, and then too aggressive on the holding penalty. We have a touchdown taken back because of it.
Right. What Valdosta State should do is go back what they actually got them down into the red zone and also scoring in the first place. Go with number 14, Vincent Brown. He actually had 2 amazing runs that actually got them into scoring position and actually got them the first touchdown. So what Valdosta State needs to do is go back to what they do best, and that's run the football.
Offense comes onto the field now. If you go for this, you don't really have to worry about field position because Albany State would take over somewhere between the 32-yard line and beyond, deeper into their territory. So VSU on 4th and extremely long are going to go for it. They may take a shot to the end zone here. Hard snap count here from Barrett Wilkes. They've got some timeouts to play with 2 left, and they're going to take another one. So they tried to get him to snap off sides. Barrett takes the timeout. It's pretty likely now that you'll see VSU come out with the punt team. Listen to Valdosta's only sports rock talk radio program, the X's and O's show on WVVS 90.9 on your FM dial. Join Zim, Amac, and Monty because they would love to hear your opinions on sports. So call in at 333-5661. That's Thursday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. on 90.9 FM, V91. Lots going on in the VSU community. Join the VSU Music Department as they present a faculty recital featuring Donovan Stokes performing on bass violin. The recital will be held at Park Avenue Methodist Church Thursday, September 8th at 7:30 p.m. Please call 333-5804 for more information. So now Michael Green comes on, and this is an extremely long field goal attempt. Be wary of a fake right here. Michael Green set to kick it. It's up, it's got the distance. This one is through. Michael Green makes an extremely long field goal. That one had to be close to 50 yards, and that puts Valdosta State on top by 1 point. Will Rohde was such an excellent kicker for us last year. He had the distance. Michael Green, the distance and the accuracy. That was a long bomb. So a huge field goal there for Valdosta State if you're looking at things momentum-wise.
Yes, it was. Actually, that shifted the momentum back to Valdosta State, and with the score being 10-9, and if all things abode as well, you're looking at Valdosta State going in at halftime with the lead.
Well, there are two things you want to do in consequential order going into half. Is if you have the lead, that's number one. You want to have the lead in football. The second thing, if you don't have the lead, is to be the last team to score in the half. Now, the Blazers, with 53.9 seconds remaining, have a chance to accomplish both those things on a tremendous field goal by Michael Green.
Well, rest assured, Coach Hatcher is going to have a long talk with his team as far as all the mistakes they have made this first half. Fortunately, we do have the lead going into the halftime, and we're going to go ahead and pick it up right here.
Squib kick here from Green, picked up by Brandon Green. Green met by Bernard George, Sean Harris, and also Thomas Arnold in on the tackle. So 47.4 if you're Albany State right here. Do you try to take a couple shots downfield, see if you can gain enough to attempt a field goal or even a touchdown throw, or do you just take a knee, head on into the half and recoup?
Well, if I'm Albany State, I'm going to run the football. I've been able to run the football all down Valdosta State's throat the entire night. I would say take a couple of plays, run the ball down the field. You have your quarterback who is actually making some outstanding plays, and take a shot at the end zone.
I formation from the Rams. Hand off to Andrews to the outside. He shakes off a tackle and room to run. And a fumble. Scott Foss has... The referee was knocked down, but I think he was going to signal that Valdosta State had possession. And they do. Scott Foss, a great play. Jason McNeil running from behind, used the punch maneuver. The ball comes flying out, and Scott Foss jumps on it, gains possession before they fall out of bounds. Another momentum changer for VSU.
Well, this is what Valdosta State needs going into the halftime. They actually have momentum once again, and with that outstanding defensive play right there, they have the ball with 36 seconds left on the clock to actually take a shot at the end zone.
If you're Coach Hatcher here, you have to take a shot at the end zone. Your defense just came through in fantastic fashion. Spread formation, Tharp to the far side, Zach Parker in the far side slot, Travis Taylor, the sophomore, and the junior transfer, Cedric Haywood, to the near side. To Derek Tharp, he catches it. It's good, caught at the 42-yard line, and he got out of bounds, so the clock will stop with 31.9. A nice little hook route, comes back to the ball, stops the clock. VSU once again in the no-huddle offense.
Well, if you're Valdosta State, you need to go ahead and make an exclamation point. You want to go ahead and just put 7 on the board, go into the halftime, possibly up 8 points.
7 yards on the reception of Tharp. 2nd and 2 for the Flames, red and black. Wilkes throwing, time, finds Haywood, it's caught at the 31. We'll see if they take a timeout here. You just had Michael Green kick a field goal from further than where they are. We'll spike the ball right here, under 30. It's 25.2 on the clock. Wilkes spikes it, and the clock will stop at 23.6. So you've still got enough time to run a couple plays. There's still a timeout left for VSU, and also you've got a kicker who just knocked down a 50-yard field goal. You got to be feeling pretty confident that VSU might score some points with this possession. A gift from Albany State.
What Valdosta State's going to do, they're going to try to go ahead, go to the out of bounds and actually just stop the clock. Try to get at least one into the end zone. They have plenty of enough time to take shots into the end zone.
Wilkes finds Parker, who gets out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Once again, you just saw number 85, Zach Parker, with the completion, went out of bounds, that stopped the clock.
$19.2. 3 receivers here to the near side. Haywood, Tharp, and Travis Taylor. Zach Parker in a flanker position on the far side. Wilkes. Here comes some good pressure from the Rams. Wilkes fumbles it. It's fallen on by Valdosta State. Clock continues to tick. 11, now down to 10. And a timeout, I believe, has been taken by Valdosta State. Ball marked at the 30, so now 10.8. You're looking at about a 47-yard field goal if you're Valdosta State. You try to take one more punch into the end zone?
You do. You have 10.8 seconds. You have enough time to go ahead, make a pass, and get out of bounds, and that should leave you with enough time to possibly go for another shot at the end zone, and if all else fails, just like you alluded to before, we just made a 47-yard field goal, so I'm sure he can make one easily inside that.
Well, Coach Hatcher is known for his aggressive play calling, but also trick plays. Be wary of a fake field goal. And here comes the field goal unit. Look at the personnel, though, just to make sure there's no quarterbacks out there. Jeffrey Felton on to hold. This one will be from 47. I believe the other one was from 50. No official word on that yet, but we'll have that at the end of the second. And now Albany State playing the timeout game. They're going to try to ice Michael Green. The Sierra Club will meet at Hildegard's Coffee House Monday, September 26th at 7 p.m. Hildegard's is located downtown at 101 Central Avenue. For details, contact Frank Barnes at 333-7099. That's Frank Barnes at 333-7099. Strategy going on here in the final minutes. The first quarter went by extremely fast. The second quarter seems to have lasted a lifetime.
Well, you've seen exchanges, ducks and dodges, blow for blow from both teams, and actually being able to put up points on the board. If it's anything like this second quarter right here, we're in for one heck of a ball game in the second half.
Here's the field goal attempt. Michael Green from 47. The kick is up. It's got the distance. It is no good. Wide right from Michael Green. And now the Albany State offense will take over, and there's a good chance that they're going to take a knee with 4.1 seconds. Michael Green, he had more than enough distance on that kick, but just pulled it a little bit to the left side, being a right-footed kicker. And here is the Albany State offense to come onto the field. They'll take over from the 30-yard line. Two backs, and Hosea Harris will kneel. The clock will run out, the buzzer will sound, but Valdosta State, a good end to the second quarter, up 10-9. We'll be back on VSU-TV with the second half. It promises to be a good one. Stay with us.
America, America.
Find out what you can do. Contact Volunteers of America today.
Welcome back to VSU-TV. About ready for the first kickoff of the second half, the opening kickoff of the second half. Blazers up 10-9. Vincent Brown fields this one. He's got tape all over himself, and he thrusts one out to the 40, now cross the 50, nearly to the 45-yard line of Albany State. So a good start for Valdosta State, whose offense in the first half was mainly through the air. 139 passing yards, 17 of 28 overall. Barrett Wilkes, though, 17 of 25. He did throw a touchdown pass. Vincent Brown, who you just saw, had 35 yards on the ground, the only other one to rush for 5 yards.
Obviously, there's some mojo in that tape.
14:51 just underway here in the second half. Tharp to the far side. Zach Parker, there's some size on the right side of the offense. And now Travis Taylor to the near side. Barrett Wilkes. Hand off to Vincent Brown. Brown a gain of 3. It'll be second and around 7. Already in Golden Ram territory. Interestingly enough, though, the score only separates these teams by 1 point, a missed extra point by Matthew Hawthorne. So far the difference, but both teams 169 total plays and yards of offense. Not very often do you have two teams come out with the exact same total offense. Wilkes in the shotgun. Set to throw, and he throws complete to Jeffrey Felton. Good enough for the first down to the 31. So VSU starting off in good fashion in the second half of play. Up by just a single point. It'll be first down on the 31-yard line of Albany State. Wilkes once again running the no huddle. Looked very solid so far today. Not quite the completion percentage of last week, but he's definitely made some downfield throws and been very aggressive throwing the ball. Blitz coming. Crosby picked up, and now Wilkes sets to run. He's across the 30 to the 25. Gain of 6 on the play by Barrett. Wilkes saw the blitz, decided he was going to take off for himself.
Well, what you actually saw right there is once Albany State's player, as you're going to see right here, that's number 7. Once he got tripped up, that left open a big wide gap for Baron Wilkes to actually bust through and actually pick up some yardage.
Spread formation again for Valdosta State. Tharp and Parker to the far side. Taylor and Jeffrey Felton. So you've got size on one side, speed on the other. Hand off to Milton. William Milton on 2nd and 4. Close to the first down. Maybe a yard or two short. 13-16 and ticking here in the third. Milton only had 1 carry in the first half. It was for 5 yards, so he gets his second carry of the day. Third down and less than a yard for VSU. Tharp, Taylor to the far side, Jeffrey Felton to the near. Offset in the backfield is William Milton. Sneak by Barrett Wilkes. He'll be close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it. It'll almost be right on the 20-yard line. And they go ahead and signal the first down for VSU. So moving the chains early here in the third quarter of play. Now into the game, Thomas Arnold. Freshman from Cook County, came out of Adel.
Well, what you saw, these last 3 plays, they've all been running plays. What I alluded to before is what Valdosta State needs to do is actually run the football. Go with what actually has been working for Valdosta State so far. And they've done so.
Wilkes with some time, finds Felton. Trying to cut up field. Felton now takes the sideline route, gets 5 on the play.
I like what Valdosta State is actually doing. They're actually setting up their run for the pass. As you've seen, there's been a couple of tendencies right there as Valdosta State is actually, well, you see Baron Wilkes right here is just making his pass. But once again, what Valdosta State is doing is they're using their run to actually set up, and then they're going for the pass, which is actually giving Albany State different looks.
12 minutes, 17 seconds to go here in the third. Parker to the far side, Derek Tharp in the far side slot. Hand off to Thomas Arnold. Gain of maybe 3, and it'll be third down in a short situation for Valdosta State. Very controlled offensive set right now, trying to establish a good presence on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, Valdosta State is in the red zone right now, so what we need to do is put points on the board. Definitely, we need to go ahead and get a touchdown and be up by 8.
3rd down and 3 on the Golden Ram 13. Good pressure again, wide open in the end zone. Derek Tharp, his first Division II touchdown. The Wake Forest transfer just found a hole in the middle of the offense of Albany State, and that just looked too easy for Barrett.
Well, that's what happens when you actually set up. Now you're looking at number 82, Derek Tharp with his first touchdown. Once again, like I said before, once you set up different looks, obviously Albany State is going to go ahead. They're going to make a mistake as such, and we got a field goal.
Extra point is good for Valdosta State and Michael Green, and that puts VSU up now 17-9 with 11:41 here in the 3rd. So a great ball control, establishing first drive of the 2nd half.
Well, whatever Coach Hatcher told his players in the locker room, it obviously worked.
Wildcat Tradition celebrates America's winningest high school football program. Join Coach Rick Darlington and host Calvin McGirt every Thursday night at 8 p.m. on VSU-TV, cable channel 11. It's every Thursday night, 8 p.m., Wildcat Tradition. Tharp in that first half was the leading receiver amongst Blazer receivers with 3 catches, 38 yards. Vincent Brown had 5 catches, but only 2 total yards. Tharp, though, with a nice 13-yard touchdown reception. A good way to start the 2nd half, and we saw last week a same score of 10-9 from Fort Valley State in Macon, Georgia, but the Wildcats were on top by a point, not the Blazers. This time, BSU strikes first, as they did in Macon 1 week ago.
Well, Valdosta State is a 2nd half team. They have always had tendencies last year to start off slow, but come back in the 2nd half and blow the game pretty much out of the water. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come.
Big kick from Green, fielded by John Chappell. Jonathan Chappell now hit hard by number 44, true freshman Lavaris Dollar out of Dublin, Georgia. Dollar, a special teams player who will get some time in the linebacker slot this year, but he was coveted. He was a blue chip recruit and was on Georgia's radar.
Well, that's the thing with Valdosta State. Valdosta State has an outstanding tradition. Obviously, we are 2004 national champions, and that's something, that's a recruiting tool that Coach Hatcher and his staff has actually used to actually bring down quality players. Look for Valdosta State to be a powerhouse, not only in the Southeast, but also the nation as well.
Blazers showing blitz. Gio Blaylock now drops back into coverage. The throw is to Green. Blaylock all over him. Good tackle by Gio. And maybe a gain of a yard, but they're going to mark him down basically at the line of scrimmage. So a good play there. Good reaction time by number 37, Gio Blaylock.
Well, look at the pressure by number 57, James Hutley. He's the one that actually pressured the quarterback into throwing that errant throw that gave Mr. Gio time to make that play.
Harris behind center, 11 minutes left here in the 3rd. Hand off to Atkins. Atkins cuts upfield, tackled by Sean Harris. Give him 6 yards on that carry. Information update. Vincent Brown, who has not been in the game since his kickoff return, had extra tape around his thighs and came off limping. That could possibly be cramps in this heat. It's not extremely hot out here, but hot enough for cramping. That was a problem in the Fort Valley game. 10 minutes, 20 seconds. Harris throwing, steps up in the pocket. It's nearly picked off the hands of Antonio Atkins. Michael Flood thought he had an interception. Ref rules it down. I think he made the correct call, but in any event, it'll be 4th down and 5, and the punt team comes out for Albany State. So after very good drives in the late portion of the first half, and basically throwing and running at will, VSU's Black Swarm defense comes out with a stop.
Well, Valdosta State has actually settled down. Once again, Valdosta State is a second-half team. Usually, Valdosta State is going to be very jittery, and come the second half, you're going to see a totally different team.
Hawthorne, a bad snap, not a very good punt, but an amazing close to 20-yard bounce. And they'll down it at the VSU 41.5-yard line, 10:02. And VSU will take over in their own territory, but still good field position for the Blazers. VSU's plant operations has been authorized as a drop-off location for the assistance effort for the Gulf Coast area. Donation times are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, except Labor Day. The Salvation Army will pick up the donations. Call 333-7854 for more information. 3 receivers bunched on the near side, including freshman Dedrick Smith. First time we've seen him in the game, wearing number 81 for the Flames, red and black. Wilkes, time to throw. He finds Vincent Brown back in the game. Vincent with the tape off of his body, but he goes down in a heap. They'll mark him out at the 50, but Vincent Brown obviously in some pain.
Yes,
9 minutes 45 remaining.
Actually, you saw the pass to Vincent Brown. Actually was able to pick up a couple other yards. If he was able to break away, he could have went a little bit further, but Vincent Brown is still on the ground. Looked like it could be possibly cramps.
We'll be right back here on VSU-TV and update you with Vincent Brown. 17-9 Blazers on top.
Help the Arbor Day Foundation plant more trees across the nation. Plant a tree today for all the world to share.
Go to arborday.org.
Back on VSU-TV, Vincent Brown came off the field limping. We'll try to get you as much information as we can on the latest injury to Brown. Blazers really can't afford to lose him, but into the game, Thomas Arnold, freshman from Adel. Handoff is not to Arnold and kept by Barrett Wilkes. Great play fake. He faked me out. That'll be enough, way more than enough for the first down. He's taken down at the 39-yard line. Big gain by Barrett Wilkes. And we see once again the keeper play for the quarterback.
Well, once again, Barrett Wilkes is willing this team on making a march down the field. Now that you have Vincent Brown out of the game, he looks like he's relying on himself to kind of make the big play.
9:25 and ticking in the third quarter. Spread formation once again. Arnold in the backfield. Wilkes directing traffic. Shovel pass. Thomas Arnold, first initial hit, taken down. He dropped the ball. Could be recovered by Albany State. It'll be held on to by VSU, but a loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Blazers.
You see right here, actually Barrett Wilkes make the pass. Actually had it, freshman mistake. He's supposed to hold on to the football. And fortunately, he was able to recover.
A nice one-handed grab there by Arnold, snatching the ball out of the open before Golden Ram defense could pile on top of it. Timeout called by Valdosta State, 8:33 remaining, 17-9. VSU gonna take a timeout on 2nd and 13. Have you ever wanted to visit another country? The European Council is hosting summer study programs in London, Paris, Russia, Germany, Spain, Greece, and Italy for summer 2006. If you're interested in attending, please contact the Center for International Programs at 333-7410. That's the International Program Center, 333-7410.
Sounds like fun.
I've always wanted to go overseas. I've been to Canada and Mexico. I don't really think that counts as going overseas or out of the country. A lot of people go to Mexico.
Right.
Tijuana, of course, a big hot spot. Ciudad Juarez is where I went, which is right across the border. Not really a huge tourist attraction. Toronto's pretty nice.
Windsor's very, very nice, too. It's right across from Detroit, other side of the border. If you ever have a chance to ever go to Canada, beautiful country. Also Mexico as well.
8 minutes, 33 seconds. The time left in the third, 17-9. Blazers trying to tack on to a already a second half touchdown drive. Wilkes with time, throws over the middle, and it's stripped away. I don't think he had possession of that one. Same ruling on the field by the referees. Tharp looked like he had it. Many times Barrett Wilkes has hit Tharp in the numbers, and he just hasn't been able to come away with it.
As you see on the replay, Barrett Wilkes actually has time. He makes the throw, and Tharp, you got to hold on to the ball right there. You have to. That's what you are actually starting. This is what you're out here for. You got to make plays like this to put points on the board.
So 3rd and long for Valdosta State. Wilkes joined in the backfield by William Milton, the senior, once again. Steps up and throws a deep ball. Jeffrey Felton trying to chase it down. That's the second time we've seen Wilkes overthrow a route to the inside portion of the field. Barrett not too happy about it. Knows maybe he had Felton, overthrew him just a little bit. With 8:19 left, Blazers might have to punt this one away, and that's what happens. Travis Tidwell, the punter, comes on. In the first half, he had 3 punts for 33 average, but he had a long punt of 44. Ball is marked at the 42. He's going to try to pin Albany State deep in their own zone. This one is going to be fair caught at the 11. And that's where Golden Rams offense of Albany State will take over. The Chris Hatcher Show will be airing at a new time, just to let everybody out there in TV land know, on VSU-TV. Celebrate your 2004 NCAA Division II National Champions by tuning in on Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. and Wednesday nights at 8:30 on VSU-TV Channel 11. Outside run from Antoine Andrews. It's about 4 yards for the Golden Rams. This just in, if you noticed, Travis Taylor was not in the last couple of offensive plays for Valdosta State, and he's been taken to the locker room. His injury is undisclosed, so not more good injury news for Valdosta State.
Well, you have seen the past couple of plays, Valdosta State has gone to pass plays. Also noticeable is Vincent Brown has not been in the lineup for the past couple of plays where they have been running the ball. And that's something that Valdosta State needs to go back to doing. Actually using the run to set up the pass. That has worked for them to actually put them on the board once again, if they possibly can actually do that again. But again, what you have to do, you have to actually set up the run, and then with the run, you have the pass opening up for you.
Andrews, a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Golden Rams. Sean Harris comes in tight coverage on James Wilson. Blazers showing blitz. Gio Blaylock now steps back into coverage. Kelvin Roberts gets a hand on Hosea Harris. Harris now will decide to run for it. He'll be close to the first down. We'll see where they mark him out, but I think Hosea might have gotten that one. Athletic play there from Harris to stay away from the pressure of the D-line, otherwise known here at Valdosta State as death row. You see Kelvin Roberts unable to make the tackle, and coming into your picture just a little bit will be more Blazer defensive players. Calvin English tries to grab him. He's no good, and then finally knocked out of bounds by Jason McNeil.
Well, that's what happens when your offensive line actually collapses. The defensive end is going to actually run in.
Flag on the play, however, will redo the down. It'll be 3rd down, so what could have been a 3rd down conversion at 3rd and 5 will now be 3rd and 10 for Albany State, a holding. Well, holding's a 10-yard penalty. I'm not quite sure what the penalty was, but well, it is going to be a holding. So after watching, I was watching the guy on the sideline with the downs guy, and he moved 5 yards, took a little break, and moved 5 yards further down the line.
Well, the good news is Valdosta have Albany State pinned inside their own 10.
15 yards to go. The first down marker is at the 22. Harris in his own end zone. Looks to throw deep. He's got a man open, but he just overthrew him. And you see Hosea Harris threw that ball 51 yards in the air. So not just can he run, he's got a pretty good size arm on him as well. However, all for naught in Valdosta State will now take over the ball and a chance to block a punt here. If you're VSU, do you try to go after it and get that safety?
Well, they're not. Valdosta State's not known for as being the black swarm for nothing. Watch them actually try to penetrate and actually go for the block and try to actually get the safety.
Jeffrey Felton back deep. Where's number 1 for the Flame, red and black? He'll field your punt. Hawthorne kicks this one. Felton to field it at the 45. Now to his right. Jeffrey Felton looking for lead blockers, doesn't have too many. And he's taken down at the 36-yard line. 6 minutes, 32 seconds. And we're seeing a similar trend here in odd-numbered quarters. First and third seems to be going a lot faster. We'll see how the fourth quarter goes when we get there, but that second quarter was a long drought between plays because of timeouts, field goals, penalties. A lot smoother football being played, especially by the Blazers here to start off the third.
Well, this is the second game of the season. There's bugs that need to be ironed out, which both teams actually have, and this is a much entertaining second half that we've seen in football.
Spread formation again for Valdosta State. Petway was the first to get there over Will Shelton. Will Shelton has had his hands full with Alton Petway, but maybe the one to get the credit for that tackle would be Tavares Carson, the linebacker from Fort Valley, Georgia. That pushes the Blazers back 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 15 on the the Golden Ram 41. Chad Bryant enters the game. He's to the right of Barrett Wilkes, wearing number 20, a freshman running back. Had a few carries in the first game of the season. Albany State shows blitz. Wilkes finds his man, Sherrard Reynolds, at the 29. They're going to mark him at the 30. And they'll be within 4 yards of the first down.
Well, you see number 20 actually makes a split out to the right, and he's going to cut across right there. You got number 10 actually making a good play.
So 3rd down and 4 for the air raid offense. Reynolds to the far side. Tyler Arndt for the first time in the game to the near side. Throws it up on the fade route to Clay Calloway, but Barrett underthrew that one. It'll be 4th down and 4. Ball marked at the 30. A field goal attempt here would be, once again, 47 yards. We've seen Tidwell kick one from 50 yards out. And we'll see if he can nail his second attempt from 47. Into hold, Jeffrey Felton. Play clock down to 5. The kick is up. It's a low line driver, and it is no good. That play was rushed. Felton and Tidwell talking about it. I don't think they got a very good hold on that one. So 2 kicks missed from 47 yards by Michael Green, but you got to kind of blame that one on the coaching staff. They didn't get the field goal unit out there quick enough. Their holder wasn't out there as soon as the field goal unit got out to the field. So Blazers once again looking sloppy. They had looked pretty sharp. Into the game now, Maurice Leggett. Also LaVarce Dollar at the middle linebacker position. Donnie Daniels to the far side linebacker position. He's on the weak side. Harris back to throw, spins, and taken down for a sack by the Black Swarm.
Number 48, William Montfort came off the weak side and actually was able to make a play. There you see him right there, number 57, 58.
He kicked him. He kicked the shin.
Hey,
probably getting credit for the sack will be number 62, Jermel Daniels, but you can use all sorts of your body when you're playing football, and Kelvin Roberts decided just to throw his leg out and see if he couldn't trip up Hosea Harris.
Whatever you can use to get a person down, do what you have to do.
Loss of 4, 2nd down and 14. Snap, and he's taken down by himself. Tripped over his own feet did Hosea Harris, so Albany State moving backwards steadily.
You had number 49, Kelvin Roberts, a defensive end who came in, blitzed straight through, and was able to make the play.
4 minutes, 3 seconds now, and ticking away. 17-9, Blazers on top of this one. Still in doubt, though, late here in the third. Third down, 21 yards for the Rams. Looks like a screen pass, and they've got Antonio Atkins. Atkins up past the 30. That's enough for the first down. A huge gain of 23 from Atkins. Anytime that you see the lineman get through the line that easy, the defensive lineman, it's going to be a screen pass, and Atkins.
You're going to see in this replay, number 57, James Hutley actually had the sack. Instead of just going ahead and actually trying to go ahead and sack the quarterback, he gave the quarterback, Hosea, enough time to actually make the pass for him to actually pick up the
play. Whistle dead, flag on the play. They were going to punt it away, as that play was not out to the first down marker, excuse me. But another update on Vincent Brown. His ankle is swollen up, and they are icing it now, so could have been a sprained ankle. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully just a mild sprain if you're a Blazer fan. 3 minutes, 9 seconds. Fourth down and 14 now as a false start moves Albany State backwards. Hawthorne to kick it away. Jeffrey Felton back deep to receive. High kick, Felton fair catch called, and he snags it at the 43, and that's where Valdosta State will take over for the third time in this quarter. Valdosta State trying to put together another scoring drive. They scored on the very first possession of the third. Last time kind of stumped themselves after gaining some momentum. So far we have not seen Lewis Cooper again. It's been Barrett Wilkes the entire time. Sherrard Reynolds to the far side, along with Clay Calloway to the near side, Tyler Arendt. Thomas Arnold and William Milton in the backfield. Wilkes throws inside the zone and nearly caught by Calloway. They tried to spread the zone there. Barrett Wilkes looking for Clay Calloway, couldn't connect. 2nd and 10. Under 3 minutes in the third. Into the game, number 81, a freshman, Dedrick Smith, once again. It's from Hawkinsville, Georgia.
Well, the offensive line is doing their job. They're giving Barrett Wilkes enough time to go ahead and actually make the throw, but again, Barrett Wilkes is actually overthrowing his receivers.
Wilkes out of the flat to William Milton. He's got some lead blocking. Milton up past the 50, still on his feet, spinning, and now finally taken down at the 46. Great hustle, William Milton, and the crowd appreciates it. First down for the Blazers.
Well, as you see, Wilkes makes the pass to Milton. Milton actually ducks, dives, shakes, and bakes. They can't get him down. Oh, he spins and oh, what an effort by Milton right there. That's the type of plays that's going to sustain the drive and help Valdosta State actually score.
Hustle in the form of William Milton, Sherrard Reynolds to the far side, Smith and Arendt on the near side. Hand off to Milton once again. Gain of 3. Solid gain on first down for Valdosta State.
It's looking like Barrett Wilkes is actually opting to Milton as he was opting to Brown. Milton actually looks really, really good out here. He actually was able to make a nice, well, we got a player down right now.
Albany State Golden Ram down on the field, 2 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this one. Blazers up 17-9. We'll take a really quick break and be back with you on VSU-TV.
Did you know you have the power to improve the lives of people in need? Support the programs that are working in our community. Contact Volunteers of America today.
Welcome back to VSU-TV. 2 minutes, 8 seconds remaining here in the third, and the clock is ticking. Blazers up 17-9. That's an 8-point difference. Would be 7, but Albany State on their first touchdown of the day, they missed the extra point. Wilkes, delayed handoff to Thomas Arnold. Stuffed by Albany State. Gain of about a yard, if that. First one in on the tackle, number 59, Roderick Cummings, out of Macon, Georgia.
Well, what Wilkes is actually doing, again, he is setting up the pass with the run. He actually used Milton in a couple of drives, and he also just used his running back again to actually just set up the drive, set up the play. Don't be surprised if they actually go back as a running play again or even pass.
3rd down and 6. Zach Parker enters the game. He's to the far side. Wilkes hits Tyler Arendt. Still on his feet. Arendt racing for the corner. He's gonna make it. Tyler Arendt shakes off a tackle, and then no one could chase him. A huge touchdown run, but guess what? There's a yellow flag on the play.
As you see, Barry Wilkes looks, he actually hits number 4. Audrick, he actually missed tackle right there. He shakes him off, and he's in for the races into the end zone. But once again, there is a flag on the play.
You are seeing one of the better offensive plays of the year being negated, and Coach Hatcher cannot believe it.
Once again, Valdosta State cannot make costly mistakes as such. That should have been an easy 7 points on the board, but again, the play was negated. They're bringing it all the way back until their own 40.
It's the second touchdown to be taken back because of penalties.
Penalties like this kills football teams.
3rd and extremely long. Under a minute in the 3rd. Cedric Haywood to the near side. Parker and Sherrard Reynolds to the far side. Chad Bryant, William Milton in the backfield. Wilkes just throws one up. Cedric Haywood tried to make a play on it. The pass was intercepted by Dimitri McCray. It's his 3rd interception of the day.
Well, the referee actually ruled that pass out of bounds, so that play, the ball actually goes back to Valdosta State, who was fortunate, very, very fortunate to not actually have the ball turned over. As you're looking right here, Barry Wilkes throws an ill-fated pass that actually goes to, who's that right there?
And his first point of contact was on the line, and that is out of bounds. Good call by the referees. Tidwell to punt, and it's nearly blocked. Shank to the right side. It takes a Valdosta State hop down to the 22-yard line, but once again, penalties hurt Valdosta State on offense, and with 29.3 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, Albany State once again takes over deep in their own territory. But if there's one thing that's gone right in this 3rd quarter, other than the first touchdown drive, has been the battle for field possession. Albany State has not crossed the 50 here in the 3rd.
Well, Albany State is not capitalizing on the mistakes Valdosta State's actually making. 2 costly mistakes should actually put Albany State at least up by 14. Albany State has to capitalize on those mistakes. Valdosta State has to stop making these costly mistakes.
Harris over the middle, wide open is Green. Green can fly. Blazers swarming around him, taking down a gain of 15 yards by Brandon Green, and Hosea Harris just let him set right up in the zone and let him run.
Well, once again, you saw right there another missed tackle. As you see, with the pass coming in, you're looking at number 52, Marcus Cullen. He actually missed number 2. Number 2 was able to pick up extra yards. You got to wrap up your player. You have to.
1st and 10 on the 38. This play will not get off as the play clock was turned off, and that's the end of the third quarter. Blazers on top 17-9, but Albany State looking to break free. We'll have the fourth and hopefully final quarter here on VSU-TV.
Brand new student loan applications on the site, baby. This calls for a celebration.
For all your government information, firstgov.gov.
Where's your uncle?
Back on VSU-TV, the start of the fourth quarter and what has proven to be a sloppy but also a fight-filled, and I don't mean in terms of physical, but mentally, both teams fighting to play really good football. There have been turnovers, there have been mistakes, but there's also been some great plays. And the Blazers right now on top by 8. Harris with Wilson in motion. He's gonna take off and he's got room to run. Harris to the 40, 45, steps out of bounds at the Blazer 48. And just way too much room for a quarterback to run. And now Albany State, for the first time in the second half, crosses the 50-yard line and are in the Blazers' territory.
You're looking at Hosea Harris with that big gaping hole, and he got some motors on him. You see, he actually picked up a couple of blocks, and he was able to bring it all the way down to the 50-yard line and for the first down.
First and 10 on the 48. 3 receivers in the formation for Albany State. Blazers showing blitz. The handoff is to Andrews, or excuse me, it's Mouton, and he's taken down for a loss. Black Swarm all over that play. Carlos Russell, you can see psyched up, one of the first players on the scene. Also, Michael Flood got past his block to make the tackle on Mouton. First time we've seen Mouton in the game. 5'9", 180 out of Houston, Texas. He's a long way from home playing in South Georgia, but I'm sure he's used to the heat being from Texas. 14-15 now in the fourth and final quarter of play. In motion is Wilson. Blazers in zone coverage. Good pressure. Dedrick Morrison has to run through blocks. Harris still looking to throw. Gio Blaylock moved up, and there's a fumble on the play. And the ball is picked up, and here goes Michael Flood. He's taken, he's off to the races. Is anybody gonna catch him? No, he dives into the end zone, but no touchdown. Flag on the play. They're gonna call him out. He stepped out at the 4-yard line, but what a run and what an attempt by Michael Flood.
We actually got a player down on the field.
Looks like Wayman Ford for Valdosta State, but VSU comes up with a fumble, a huge turnover.
When you look at that number 5, Hosea Harris, look how he just ducks and dives, and he actually just created some room to actually, here he goes, make the pass right there off balance, and number 10 was actually, he caught the ball, dropped it, and as you see.
Who's gonna get it? It's a loose duck. No one can find it, and Michael Flood comes up with it, and there he goes, he's off to the races.
And if it hadn't been for the play of number, if you can see his number 5.
It's Keith Mouton, number 6, actually.
Actually, number 6, Mouton, if he had actually saved the touchdown for the Rams. Outstanding defensive play.
Still down on the field, it looks like Wayman Ford, the Georgia military transfer, who's had a rough day. He's missed a punt. Now he'll walk off the field, but a lot of Blazers walking off the field with injuries, but VSU now close and can smell blood. A huge turnover has put them in great position to score. Haywood and Smith to the near side, to the far side. Jeffrey Felton, he's got the only touchdown catch of the day for the Blazers. Wilkes sends a man in motion. And now he rolls out and he's got a man. It's freshman Dedrick Smith, and he walks into the end zone. Great play call there by Coach Hatcher. He gets number 81 Smith in motion, and the Blazer faithful are feeling it now. A huge swing of events. Albany State looked like they were driving, and then Barrett Wilkes, great play to get.
Actually, they had the right side of the field overloaded with number 81 Dedrick Smith and 82 Dedrick Thorpe, and it was looking like they was going to go to that side of the field, but obviously they went the opposite way for the touchdown.
extra point is good. That puts the Blazers on top, 24-9 with 13:43. And just that quickly, football can kick you in the back. Albany State looked like they were starting to make a run, thinking about a fourth quarter comeback. And it's a 7-point swing. VSU now up 24-29. The fans loving it. The band playing the fight song here at Bazemore-Hyder Stadium. This is a rivalry, both bands going at it. Starting to feel a little bit more electricity now here in the fourth quarter. Valdosta State defense has held strong so far throughout. And there will be a test here as Albany State is going to try to get back some of the momentum they've lost. The Sierra Club will meet at Hildegard's Coffee House Monday, September 26th at 7 p.m. Hildegard's is located downtown at 101 Central Avenue. For more information, contact Frank Barnes, 333-7099. Blazers waiting for kickoff here. Michael Green to kick it away back deep. Brandon Green and also Jonathan Chappell. Green's kick is a good one. It's deep into the end zone. And Brandon Green decides to take it out. He's got some room to run. Green past the 20, so it was already a good decision. He gets to the 22-yard line, and he was maybe a block or two away from breaking that one. 13:36, and now you see Green here on the run.
Well, alluding to what you said again, you're looking at, if you can possibly see this, number 35, another missed tackle. Actually, he did wrap him up, but previously before that, you can't to wrap your man up if you actually have hold to him. Missed tackles means extra yards.
Jason McNeil with that hit, and now he's in the game here on the weak side. Daniels on the strong side for the linebacking core. Everett Kitchens also in the game at Rover. There's an option play. Room to run, Antonio Atkins hit fairly hard by the Valdosta State defense, a gain of 6.
Well, you actually see in number 5 with the option pass to number 24, Antonio Atkins, and he was actually able to pick up a couple of yards on play.
13-11 and ticking away in the fourth. Harris. 4 receivers on the field. Atkins in the backfield. Set to throw. Good push from the D line. This one is caught, but absolutely smacked by Jason McNeil. The Mesabi range transfer drills Brandon Green. And we've seen in the past how a big hit can change the face of the game. Even though the Blazers are up 24-9, that was a big play in this game. And Green is still trying to collect his thoughts. Where am I? What's going on? Only Jason McNeil can tell you that. The Black Swarm defense is very pumped up, very hyped now after that hit.
I think Green is still seeing butterflies.
3rd and 2, 12 and a half minutes in the final quarter. 4 receivers in the game. Hosea Harris tries to sneak away, but James Hutley gets him. Harris looks like he might have been hurt on that play, and that is not good enough for the first time. In fact, a loss of a couple, and they will have to punt it away.
No one actually had blocked Hutley. He was able to make the sack, which was a good play right there.
James Hutley, a senior, played significant minutes in this game. Hawthorne on the punt. The momentum clearly in VSU's favor. Here's the kick. Felton calls a fair catch and has to make a diving catch to make the play at the 38. But that's where Valdosta State will take over and hopefully add to a lead of 15. Albany State band has continued to play throughout that entire possession. You think that it might help not to play when your team has the ball on offense, only to play when your team is on defense, but the Albany State band just trying to put on a good show, I suppose. Wilkes enters the game. Spread formation, play clock already down to 10. Felton, Smith, Parker, and Tharp are your receivers. Hold on to Zach Parker. Tries to stiff arm a man. He stiff arms 1, 2. Finally ripped down. His forward progress will have him about at the 42-yard line, a gain of 4. But Zach Parker, this is something we've seen from him throughout his 2 years here at VSU, is that he does not like to go down.
Parker is a hoss. You see right here, he takes 1 hit right there. 2, 3. It takes the entire defense to bring Parker down. It just shows you the strength of Parker.
We're at the 11-minute mark in the fourth. 24-9, Blazers on top. Felton, Tharp, Smith to the far side. Zach Parker with Jefferson on him to the near. Jefferson moves back a little. Blitz showed by the Rams. William Milton shakes to the outside. Milton enough for the first down as he crosses into Golden Ram territory. Big gain from William Milton.
Milton has Parker to thank for that block that actually helped him to gain a few more yards. As you see right here, Parker actually, you'll see, there he goes right there. Picked up the extra block. He was able to pick up an extra 10 yards thanks to Parker.
.10:34 and counting in the fourth. VSU, they've won 14 straight games. Wilkes, low snap. He has to hold on to it. Gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there by Barrett Wilkes. I think that was an intended draw play, but Barrett couldn't handle the snap. It was a little bit low. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the Golden Ram 42. Spread formation again for Valdosta State. Tharp and Parker to the near side. Smith, who caught the touchdown pass, and Jeffrey Felton, who's also caught a touchdown pass. Derek Tharp as well. 3 touchdown throws on the day for Barrett Wilkes. Wilkes, he goes to Zach Parker, nearly caught over the shoulder, and they're going to throw a flag as contact was made before Parker had a chance to make that catch.
Well, like that's pass interference, automatic 15 yards, first down.
No doubt about that one. The referee in the white hat will signal it as well. Zach Parker clearly bumped.
Well, as you see in the replay, Parker actually had his man beat, and actually you see right there the extra coverage, and out comes the flag.
Marcus Jefferson with the early contact. So first down for Valdosta State as they move ever closer to another touchdown. Ball at the 27. It'll be 1st and 10.
If I was Wilkes, I would go back to number 85, Zach Parker. He's made a couple of key plays that actually helped Valdosta State to sustain the actual drive. Just look for number 85 in the next couple of plays.
Parker to the near side. Smith, who's getting some playing time because Travis Taylor is still in the locker room. Rams showing blitz. Hand off to William Milton up the middle. Rumbling down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 7.
Valdosta State is looking great right now. Once again, they're actually setting up the pass with the run. With the last play with Milton actually gaining a few yards, and they actually go back and they actually change, giving different looks as you see at the replay right there. 9 minutes, 7 seconds in the fourth.
No huddle once again, spread formation. Felton and Smith to the far side. Parker Tharp to the near. Wilkes hands it off. Milton stuffed at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a loss on the play. It'll be third down and around 5 yards as we near 8.5 minutes in the fourth. VSU just trying to eat up some clock. Continuing in the no huddle. Wilkes getting the play call almost every snap from Coach Hatcher as he looks to the sideline, and offensive coordinator Coach Dean. Play clock down to 4. Wilkes decides to call a timeout with 8:06 remaining here in the fourth. 24-29 by Valdosta State on top.
Sooner or later, it's going to hit you that you have to save for your retirement. For a happy ending, choose to save.
Back on VSU-TV, 8 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the fourth. Blazers looking to be in full control this one. One more score, couldn't hurt though, up 24-9, that's a 15-point edge for Valdosta State, which makes them at least 2 possessions away from a tie game. Zach Parker all alone to the right side. Up to the back corner, it's Derek Tharp, it's a jump ball, and it is tipped away. Good play by Dimitri McCray. And Tharp and McCray doing a little bit of jawing as they go back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down and 4 for Valdosta State, and here comes Michael Green, who's 1 for 3 on the day, kicking field goals. He kicked a 50-yarder, but has missed 2 from 47 or thereabouts. And this one a little bit closer for Michael Green. Under 40 yards on this kick, and he's got the middle of the field. The field goal attempt is up, and it is no good. He pulled another one. So 3 straight after making a long field goal. And the Blazers once again cannot capitalize on deep field position in Albany State's territory.
Well, fortunately, Albany State is playing bad, and they're not capitalizing on the mistakes and actually missed opportunities that Valdosta State is actually giving them, or this game would be a lot closer than what the score actually shows.
Under 8 minutes, 24-29 the score at Bazemore-Hyder Stadium. Under the lights. 4 home games here under the lights. Won a Thursday night contest with North Alabama. Should be a great football season in Valdosta. Antonio Atkins stopped behind the play. Kelvin Roberts, the first one on the scene. Many Blazers follow.
As you see in this play right here, the Black Swarm, you're looking at number 62 putting pressure. 49, boom, he comes out of nowhere, Kelvin Roberts, to make the absolute play.
7.5 now in the fourth. Clock continues to tick away, and if you're a Blazer fan, it's on your side. Blitz from Valdosta State, but it's a draw play to Antonio Atkins, hit hard. William Montford, one of the first on the scene.
To me, it looks like Albany State, they're tired. They're actually letting the defense of Valdosta State just come in at will. And actually, it just gives Jose Harris time to rush, or he's just not getting time to actually set, which is good if you're a Blazers fan.
Gain of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 14. Ball marked on the 17-yard line of Albany State. In motion is Atkins. Harris with the blitz. Gio Blaylock. He's got nowhere to go. Jason McNeil finally brings him down. Sack on the play. A flag afterwards. Hopefully it's not a personal foul on Valdosta State. Sack will be credited to Jason McNeil, but we'll see what the call is, and it looks like it's going to be against Valdosta State. 15 yards. It'll still be third down, but the ball will be spotted at the Golden Ram 25. So another costly penalty. The Blazers could have been out of that one, and Coach Hatcher screaming at McNeil as he comes off the field. Another 3 down lineman set to Haven, Dedrick Morrison and Tim Thompson in the game. You've got 2 rovers right now. Antoine Harris kind of acting as another linebacker. Gio Blaylock, Maurice Leggett, William Montford. VSU trying to match up Everett Kitchens and Scott Foss deep in the backfield. Finally, they decided to start the play. Atkins in motion again. 3rd down and 6. Harris to throw. Harris taken down. The senior, the captain, Dedrick Morrison.
As you see in the replay again, no one's blocking number 42, and out of nowhere, boom.
Dedrick
Harris.
Morrison playing the nose guard on that particular 3 down lineman set, and he explodes through the guard to get at Hosea Harris. 2nd down and 20.
Harris can't take too many more of these shots right here.
After the automatic 1st down, Tim Thompson tries to get in, brought down by Michael Flood was Brandon Green after the reception. Tim Thompson, good pressure on Hosea Harris. Gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 16. Black Swarm trying to hold here with 5 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. Clock continuing to dwindle. Harris behind center. Set to throw, more Blazers in action. It's another screen play, snuffed out once more. Antonio Atkins only gets to the 20. Some harsh words from Scott Foss and James Wilson as they get together, but it'll be 4th down and way too long to try to go for it. Albany State offense very stagnant. Give credit to the Black Swarm D.
Actually, you can look at again, number 42, Dedrick Morrison, who actually put pressure on Harris to actually make that ill-fated throw. Once again, the Blazer defense is actually stepping up and making plays.
Hawthorne punts this one, fair catch called for, and then backed away from by Jeffrey Felton, and it'll roll slowly down to the Blazer 41, and that's where VSU will take over. 4 minutes, 26 seconds remaining, 24-29, or excuse me, 24-29. Good thing it's not 24-29. Blazers on top. Watch VSU-TV cable channel 11 for Valdosta's only local news broadcast. News 11 in focus. It airs at 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. every Wednesday. VSU's very own mass media students will cover the latest national, state, and local news. Wilkes once again in, 24-9 the score. Thought there might be a possibility of seeing Lewis Cooper, but Barrett Wilkes has been very steady here in the 2nd half. Hand off to Milton, bounces to the outside, met hard and run through. Roderick Whipple tried to upend William Milton with a big hit, but I tell you what, William Milton is just way too big, and you'll see his entire frame in action here as he resists the tackle by Whipple and continues to move forward and gain another couple of yards. But a flag on the play, and it's a holding. No surprise. Today it seems like the Blazers have been called for holding at least every 5 or 6 plays. 4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. VSU now faces a 1st and 20 on their own 31. Blaze getting in the spirit. There was a dance-off between mascots at halftime. Safe to say Blaze won. Tharp and Parker to the near side. To the far side, Tyler Arendt. Handoff, Chad Bryant. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 20. VSU right now just wearing down the clock. Under 4 minutes now. We'll see if Wilkes milks the play clock. Bryant in the backfield. Clock now down to 7 seconds. Screen pass. Gain of 1 on the play from Chad Bryant, who caught that pass out of the backfield. It'll be 3rd and 19 for Valdosta State. Fresh 24 and starts to tick away. I'm sure they won't snap this one at least until under 4 seconds. And with 3 minutes, 7 seconds, if you're Albany State, you're definitely running out of time right now. Tharp and Parker to the near side, Tyler Arendt to the far side. Wilkes, delayed draw. Chad Bryant with some time. Flag on the play, no surprise. Close to the first down, Bryant, but he comes up about a yard short. We'll see if they decide to push him back or punt this one away. Waiting for the referee to give us a call. Once again, it's a holding on Valdosta State. C.A. Sanders can't believe it.
Valdosta State is fortunate enough to be up by 15. With these costly penalties going further along into the season, if they keep making penalties like this, it will come back to haunt them. Valdosta State needs to actually play smart football.
So after 3 plays, they're almost back to their original line of scrimmage, and here comes Travis Tidwell to punt it away. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Crowd has decided to file out, thinking this one is no longer in doubt. The Albany State crowd also thinning a little bit, but still not willing to give up hope. This one takes a Blazer bounce and continues to roll all the way to the 10-yard line. So a great punt there by Travis Tidwell. He had a lot of good punts last week in Fort Valley, struggled a little bit today. Another good one marked down at the 10 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. Don't forget that VSU-TV would like to take this moment, second time today, to extend our deepest sympathy to those affected by Hurricane Katrina, and would like to remind you that the American Red Cross needs blood and platelet donations now more than ever. Call 241-1141 to set up an appointment today. That's 241-1141 to help out the victims of Hurricane Katrina. Pass outside to Brandon Green. He caught it, gain of 3, but fell down on his own accord. Clock under 2 minutes now. This one seemingly no longer in doubt. Hosea Harris still behind center for the Rams. Complete spread formation here. LaVaris Dollar enters the game. 3 down linemen for the Black Swarm. Harris deciding to run. Calvin English trying to chase him down. Harris past the 10 to the 13-yard line, or excuse me, to the 17-yard line before being chased out of play by Valdosta State. To be close to a first down, but about 3 yards away on 3rd down. Minute and a half left. The clock is stopped because Harris got out of bounds on the last play. 3rd and 2 from the 18. High snap. Harris nearly gotten to again by Kelvin Roberts. Now he'll decide to take off. Calvin English trying to find him, but Kent Harris slips as he goes out of bounds. He got to the 21-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Minute 22. Harris hobbling a little bit as he comes back to the field of play. Well, down 15 points, there doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency here from Albany State. They would really need a quick score, maybe a home run hitter. But deep in their own zone, they're deciding to just take their time. Good coverage downfield by the Blazers, though, has stifled Hosea, who's looked to throw downfield. Into the game, Eric Williams, a freshman. Also, Calvin Roberts, a senior. Antoine Harris is once again in the game. Wayman Ford, Maurice Leggett, LeVar Stoller, all names out there for the Blazers, including Brian Belvin. Flag on the play. I don't quite know what this flag was thrown by the umpire. It's against Albany State. And they'll move backwards. An illegal substitution from Albany State as this game has slowed to a snail's pace. Minute 22 left on the game clock. Harris, 1st and 15 from the 16. Throws the ball over the middle, complete to Brandon Green. LeVar Stoller takes him down at the 15. Gain of 10. Clock now getting close to a minute.
Actually, number 5, Hosea Harris, makes the pass to number 2, Brandon Green, and he's actually brought down.
Under a minute, it looks like Albany State has pretty much given up on this game. Hosea Harris finds Antonio Atkins, but he cannot corral the pass that was low. With 47.1, the clock stops once again.
Valdosta State next week enters conference play against Cheetah Baptist.
Washita Baptist.
Washita Baptist, excuse me.
It doesn't look like it should be said, but Washita.
Well, the next 3 games, they're entering conference play, and the teams that are actually playing are very good. Mark your calendars on October 1st as they're playing Delta State. Delta State actually upset the national runner-up last year, Pittsburgh State. So this is going to be a tough task for Valdosta State to go on to actually maintain their undefeated streak. They look good today, but again, costly penalties actually made the game a lot closer than what it actually looks as far as on the scoreboard.
Well, just as we received good news for the Blazers, more bad news as Dedrick Morrison is down on the field, but good news for the Blazer offense. Travis Taylor, though it may not be pertinent in this game, is back and mobile on the sideline. Now Dedrick Morrison down on the field. The trainer's looking at him as Hosea Harris had a pretty good first down run out to the 38. We'll take a very quick break. When we come back, the rest of the 4th quarter.
Go to arborday.org and check out the Arbor Day Foundation's Kids Explore Club. Bring children closer to nature and closer to you.
Back on VSU-TV, 36 seconds and rolling down. 24-9 is your score. Valdosta State on top. Harris is going to take off again. Hosea decides to go out of bounds, stop the clock with 22.1, and he's only delaying the imminent. The Blazers are going to go to 2-0, and Albany State will drop to 1-1. And if you're Valdosta State, you're not pleased with the way you played in this game because there were many, many chances for the Blazers to be sharp, and they weren't. And they are going to have to, like you mentioned, conference play coming up. They've got to sharpen their skills. Harris throws over the middle. He's got a wide open Antonio Ivy down to the 20. Clock stops at 14.7.
Well, Albany State is looking to make the score a little bit more meaningful. As you see, number 5 actually has time to make the pass, and he actually hits his receiver downfield inside the 20-yard line.
Harris steps up again, finds Atkins. Atkins gonna run outside the boundaries of play, and he'll be taken out at the 17-yard line, which stops the clock with 2.3 seconds. Albany State has all 3 of their timeouts, but like I said, they're not going to delay the inevitable any more than it has to be. Hosea Harris knows it. He's shaking his head. The Blazers beat us. Yeah, I know. This should be the final play of the game. 2.3 seconds left on the clock. Pretty much everybody has left the stadium. Outcome no longer in doubt. It was for a long time today, but once again, Valdosta State, as time expires and the pass is incomplete, the defense holds up once again in the second half for the second game in a row. No points allowed. At the end of this one, the Blazers take it 24-29. Join us next week when Ouachita Baptist comes to Bazemore-Hyder Stadium. That's it for everybody here. Keep watching VSU-TV.